So, like, have you ever had Cooper's Craft 100 proof?
I have. Yep.
I bought the regular Cooper's Craft just on a whim. I saw it. I hadn't had it. I'm going to buy that. I sent it out to my buddies, and the guy's like, why'd you buy that one? I'm like, well, what other one? He said there was 100 proof right beside it. I figured I'd start with the. He's like, bad move. Yeah, dump it
Terrible.
out. Get rid
Dumb.
of it. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Get rid of it. Go buy the 100 proof. It tastes totally different, and it's it's better.
Yep.
So I did, and he's right.
Right.
So I'll never buy Cooper's Craft again unless it's the 100 proof.
Yeah. There's I don't know. I had a place where I've got to be well over 90, 92, or I'm not happy at all.
Yeah.
What's your house bourbon?
Where at
it's your
my house?
well, yeah, like
you're looking at it, brother.
when you can get it. What if you can't get it?
I can get it all the time, man. I've got I'm a smuggler. I go. I'm in Michigan a good bit for my job, and for some reason, man, in Michigan they've got it. I was actually at a bar this week, and Buffalo Trace was the second cheapest bourbon on their list.
Really?
And like, dude, in Ohio, I mean, it's never really expensive. I mean, it's not an expensive bourbon, but it's pretty popular. And I mean, dude, up there, they just don't appreciate it, I guess. I mean, there's always 6-8 bottles on the shelf wherever you go.
Yeah, see, Buffalo Trace is an oddball because it's 90.
Yeah,
but it doesn't drink like 90.
No, it doesn't.
It's got more body to it.
Oh yeah.
So Elijah Craig is our house.
Oh, is it really? No,
yeah,
I like
sure.
that too. I like that. Now, single barrel or
Yep.
Or,
Just well, they advertise. No, well, they advertise it as their what is their everyday? It's not single barrel. We that was released this year, which was it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, it's just Elijah Craig, right?
Yeah, but they tag it one way for sure. I don't know.
I don't know what it is either. Yeah,
That's our house because it handles still $52, $53.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, you'll make fun of me. Everybody does. I kind of sneaky like Jim Beam.
over Jack Daniels all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I mainly like Jim Beam, like Knob Creek and Basil Hayden. But I don't think it's awful. I mean,
it's not terrible.
No.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not my favorite. Have you ever had Wathans?
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah,
from the old Medley place over there. It's not bad. Owensboro.
It's nice to see the opportunity to so much Weller has been in the state because that's been a nice addition.
Yeah.
Although the 107 is the only one I can go with. The Green Label, I don't know. It's not my lane. There's something about that Green Label that I just I don't appreciate.
You know what?
So
I
much.
think it's hot, man.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm with you. I'm glad to see that, man. You can get that in Jackson now, and like it was. There were years, prior to, like, I'm going to say, like, almost prior to the shutdown here, I wasn't seeing that stuff anywhere, man. Mm-hmm. Now it's everywhere.
Yep.
That's
just
good.
a little side note or secret, I guess, that for the longest time I didn't believe in getting bourbon shipped into the state of Ohio legally, or I didn't think it could happen. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, hanging out with Carrie one night and popped on Don's Liquor Depot.
Yeah.
Based out of California, and you can. They're legit. They're straight up.
They'll ship it right
to the door.
Right to
now,
the door.
What's the increased cost on that?
I think shipping's a little, just a little bit steeper.
Yeah.
But if you're going to buy a case of Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
Because you can't get your hands on it,
Yeah.
unless you're going to Party Source or
Yeah.
Covington or
Yeah, right,
making a trip to go buy bourbon,
Right.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, if I end up landing it at $4 or $5 more per bottle, I don't care.
Right.
That
Yeah. I agree.
convenience over.
Yeah.
Over a little bit of
Totally agree.
money.
That's the way Morris.
Yeah.
When we were talking about, he gets a lot of his.
In the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot of it shipped to him.
Oh, I'm sure. That's becoming a new
He
hot
said he's
thing.
tired of trying to find it places,
Yeah.
He's just like, hell with it.
I guess I'm kind of like you. I didn't really realize that you could get it shipped to your door.
I always just thought it was illegal.
Well, that's me
I did
too.
too,
I
yeah.
didn't really trust it,
Yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah, you're starting to see. I had a call from one of the distributors the other day, and are they dabbling in that now? Some of the whiskeys, maybe not yours, but
I don't know where the threshold is with Ohio.
there's a spot there. I think it was anything, and it might have just. I know that a lot of them always did the well whiskey. They would do your well drinks.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like one of them said, "Hey, we're now dabbling in this. Just wanted to let you know if you need anything." And I was like, "Oh well, right now I'm good." I forget what it was.
I would think there would be a legality issue with that, or
Well, as long as it's all about the state, right?
Yeah, because the state of Ohio is going to consistently want to control the reins of that.
Yes.
So a good example is
that's delicious.
yeah, that cocktail for sure.
Yes, it was.
We're importing a Genever,
Okay.
which is essentially long before gin. The Belgians were doing Genever.
Okay.
And we're importing it. We privately branded it for an organization in Cincinnati for a bar chain. So I guess here's the answer. Cavalier has a division that will go out into the market and represent and talk about your brands. But they can't get their hands on it. You're still going to have to go through the state.
Yeah.
And through that channel. But I guess I don't know. I don't know if I know the answer.
Yeah, I forget totally what it was, but I just remember, and I don't think it was like your high end stuff. I can't. I've only got like 6 or 7 liquor or alcohol distributors, so I know it wasn't Classic. I know it wasn't any of them.
Yeah.
So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we just kind of jumped in.
Yeah,
here.
we're live.
Yeah, we are live.
Yeah.
Tyler's
been
we're
texting me.
already having a
that's
hell of a
good.
conversation.
Yeah.
But we got Nate Steinbrook joining us
Steinbrook,
tonight.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's here, and he has experience and is going to enlighten us tonight on the imported beer world.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I've known this guy in a previous life as a lover of bourbon, cigars, all things leisure.
Yes.
All things leisure. Did you meet him in the field?
Yeah, so I kind of feel like he's very well aligned with
what we're
us.
doing. Okay.
Yeah. And
Right.
I've always looked up to. I've never talked to this guy when he did not know exactly what he was talking about anything, all things leisure. Let's put it
Yes.
that way. I like to consider myself a leisure enthusiast.
I would agree with that. You are a leisure enthusiast.
Yeah,
yes.
I am.
I'm there too.
yeah, avid indoorsman.
Yeah.
we should all at heart be leisure
Yes.
endorsers.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
yes.
right. Is that an unfair way to describe you, Nate?
No, that's totally a fair way.
Okay.
I enjoy all of those things, and thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah.
This is not something that I would normally seek out to say like I've got to be front and center.
Yeah.
Although my job puts me front and center oftentimes.
Yeah.
But I watched you guys and I said that's something I need to go do.
Pretty fun. We have a good time.
Gonna have a good time if I go
Yeah.
hang out with these guys.
Yeah,
and I
we're
think
gonna have a good time. Sorry I was late too, man. I know I did that earlier, but
He seemed pretty pissed off about it. He
I
kept,
was.
kept looking at his watch. I mean,
Yeah.
no, Nate was. He
Yeah.
was like,
Was he?
"Well, where in the hell is this guy?"
I'm sorry.
No.
It was
No,
a
he didn't. I don't think
this is
anybody
well
cared.
deserved this evening.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know?
think anybody cared.
Yeah.
no one cared.
So you're a cigar guy?
I'm a cigar guy.
I'm dabbling in this for the first time. I shouldn't say the first time, but I had a friend of mine gave me a Churchill.
Yeah.
Cuban
Okay.
A Churchill is the cut.
size.
size.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know what it was. I thought that's what it was.
Well, there is a brand Churchill. I've seen those.
It was a Cuban.
What did it say on the label?
Ooh,
What did it look like?
what color
I can
was it?
tell you. Well, it
Was
was
it black and
I got a picture
yellow?
of it.
Yeah.
I
Or
got a
yellow
picture
and
of it
white?
because I wanted to be able to buy it again. So yeah, it was a Romeo
Romeo
Julieta.
Julieta.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, those are good.
Yeah,
yeah.
So now I realized I used to be one of those guys, Chad would give me a cigar and we'd sit and we'd do this and I'd smoke the whole cigar. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do that, but I just noticed that whenever I do that, I wake up the next morning and it feels like a midget took a dump in my mouth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The old cat shit in the mouth.
yeah, so
I get it.
So basically this time I just smoked it in days. Like I'd put it out and I'd go back to it, Kind of enjoyed that.
Are you an old cigarette smoker? by
Yes, I
chance?
am.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to be. Well, and I'm trying not to. I usually that's the first thing I go to for some sober. I if I'm not drinking, I have nothing to do with cigarettes.
No taste for it.
No taste for it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Hate them.
yeah.
But boy, you get about 2 beers or a glass of whiskey.
Yes,
Well, I'll tell
that's
you
the
what
first
tastes good
thing I
right now.
want. Yeah,
Camel Blue 99, baby.
yeah.
That's why you need to dial in an appropriately sized cigar for you so that it's
That
maybe,
one was a little long. Maybe.
so you probably need more like the the 45-minute to hour experience.
Okay.
So you can dabble in size, and you can dabble in strength.
This is great information.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
keep going.
going to get you to a place where when you have that craving, it's basically
We're just trying
nicotine.
to we're trying to work our way into an invite to the Chillicothe Cigar Band,
dude,
the monthly meeting. That's all we're trying to do.
Basically.
When
wiggle
when we're back,
Yeah.
you guys are always welcome. We have an open door. We've never turned anyone away. Someone that has an interest in joining the Cigar Band organization is more than welcome. It's all passion in cigars. So I guess for me,
So what is a 45-minute cigar? I mean, or an hour cigar. What did I just smoke? Okay.
That's a big one, man.
That is, I noticed that was a really long cigar.
Yep.
I originally took it on a golf outing and then never lit
Well,
it.
no, like I could see that. Like that would last. Now, myself, I smoke them fast, and probably don't fully appreciate the burn. Honestly, like if somebody's evaluating, watching me do it,
Okay.
Because now I don't normally like the approach. Like that's kind of like the approach. I always casually will call that like, hey man, are you smoking a joint there or something? Like, save a little bit for later.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Yeah. And you're just more of a let's rip it and get it.
hey, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
And you know what? I'll throw it down. I mean, I'm not afraid to throw it away with a half of it left, and just get another one out of the humidor, baby. Let's go. That's bothering him.
Now, and this time, I hate to, maybe this is wrong. I gnawed on that thing a little bit.
oh hey, it's okay.
Yeah, and just kind of did that rather than
I know
worried
my
about
guys,
hot boxing
They
it.
do that for a while
Big
before
Big
they
Willie
even light
style.
it.
Yeah.
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 For the look. No, it's good, man. It's. I think
What
it's.
would you recommend? What cut? Like if he's just looking for a short smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't go all the way down to like the cigarellos or something, would you? Because a lot of the brands
No,
make
I don't want
those.
to do those.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
talking-
filtered, but I mean, it's a little cigar, hand rolled, and they're like,
Well, that
Sure.
might not be bad.
Yeah,
It depends on depends on gauge that you like.
Yeah.
So I don't push much more past like a 54 ring gauge. So you'll see there's a gauge, a ring gauge, and that's the diameter.
Okay.
And there's a length. So anytime you get online and shop cigars, whether it's CI or cigar.com or Cigar King or the list goes on. You can hop on there and look by size, and you'll start to really wrap your head around it. Once you buy a few by size,
Yeah.
you'll be able to, just if you really are interested and you're like, I'm gonna throw some stuff in a cart and I'm gonna try some stuff and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Then you'll start to be familiar with what you like.
Well, and really, that's, in my opinion, what I always tell people, man, that the only way to really figure out what your preference is to just try a lot of stuff.
Now, I really enjoyed the taste of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Romeo and Julieta.
Yeah. I thought is that supposed to be a really nice tasting?
It's a popular enough brand. It's of the old school.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been there a long time. I mean, the cigars I smoke, dude. None of them are like, they're not David Offs or something. I'm not smoking $100 cigars.
Okay.
Right.
Like, but they're not dragweed either.
If I'm over 12 to 15, I'm really thinking twice.
Yeah.
I like to have stuff in my house that's every day $5 to $7.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
So I quit smoking this year.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I bet that was tough.
It was tough considering I'm 41 and I started when I was 16.
Yeah. You smoked religiously then?
Oh yeah, man. I was hardcore into a pack and a half, and it was just I finally just decided for myself. I just wanted to stop. I just didn't want to smoke cigarettes anymore.
Did it get to the point? Like, at what point did it become where it's like, man, this isn't fun anymore?
The cold?
Look.
Yeah, when it's cold outside.
Was it the cold
No,
outside?
hell no. The cold never stopped me. Shit. If high school didn't stop me from hotboxing in the stall, a little wind chill ain't stopping me from burning one down on the back porch.
Yeah.
There's a saying that I'm gonna murder the way it comes out, but cigarettes are all about being done with it, and cigars are all about making it last as long as you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cigars always about finishing.
The finish.
It's always about finishing it.
Yeah.
And a cigar's more about how long can this last as an enjoyable.
Yeah, you're not worried about,
Did that help? Did smoking cigars
Oh
help?
man, I got to tell you, I know that that certainly means that I still have a love for nicotine. and what it does,
Or
and it's okay.
Did you start smoking
or a hand?
more?
I mean,
It's all good because
yeah.
I'm not smoking 30 cigarettes a day anymore.
Sure,
And
sure.
my physician will say, "Bravo."
Yeah.
If you're gonna muster your way through 2 cigars over the course of a day or just one a day, I don't care.
Oh, they're going to say that's a win.
It's not. We've eliminated the lung situation. We've eliminated the chemical situation.
Yep.
At least we're just pure nicotine at this point. It's just something that I still find myself when I'm stressed. I still like to go to a little nicotine for relaxation. So yeah, I've certainly in the last few months really gotten back into cigar smoking, and I will. There are mornings with coffee. I'll fire one up and smoke,
dude,
and I'll just smoke the third of it, and I'll leave it and let it go out on its own, and I'll come back to it later.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, man.
I bet
and
that
I'm
does
curious to
sound
get your
good with
take-
coffee.
I'm curious to get your take on this. I'll tell you. I think that a cigar with a cup of coffee it rivals, if not better, than with a glass of bourbon.
Oh,
Really?
I think it is better.
Yeah.
It's odd we're talking about this because in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, I drink on the show here,
Oh, yeah.
but I really haven't been drinking any other time. I didn't drink the other night during the game. Remember that?
Yeah, I know.
And
We've been on these. I mean,
oh yeah, we're fasting. We're doing this fast. But
Fasting's all right.
fasting's all right. But I've been really getting into coffee. Like
fancy coffee.
No, just ordering different black coffee. I just like black coffee. I just ordered a real good one. I shouldn't probably mention its name, but it's. I'll have to show it to you later. It's pretty good. But that's what I've been drinking all day, every day is coffee, and I just like it.
Yep. Last time I came back from Europe, I walked in the house and I told Carrie, I said, I'm buying an $800 cappuccino, like a legit coffee situation.
Isn't it crazy how it's borderline kind of gives you the same? It's not effect. I mean,
oh no, it certainly is. I mean, caffeine is we're talking about the same thing.
But like what I think it's more of we're back to the leisure lifestyle.
And you're back to the feeling good.
and it's like, man, if you're gonna do coffee, do it right.
Don't do shit.
And it's like it's an enjoyable experience. If you make it an experience, it's more fun to drink coffee, man.
I mean, if you've ever made a pour over at your house, it's a process.
That's what I do every day.
Yeah.
What's a
I
pour
switched
over?
to the pour over.
Yeah, man.
I was always afraid to admit that. Thank you for
All right, look.
because this guy would have roasted me.
Oh no, it's
I can see Chad putting on his face cream, giving himself a pour over. I mean,
don't knock it till you've tried it.
it's just single cup, slower process.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
It's
a
usually
thing in it.
ceramic. You put a filter in it.
Yeah.
You put your coffee in. You boil your water. You pour it over, and it takes 3 or 4 times. But it's a little bit of a slower process.
Tremendous.
It's great.
Do you grind your own beans and do all that?
Funny enough, I was just down visiting my mom, and my aunt had a table full of shit in the garage, and she was like, "This is all my free stuff," and I'm like, bean grinder. It's like, don't have one of those.
Have you done it
So
yet?
shit you not today.
Yeah.
Today was the first day. I grind my own beans and everything. We had
How was that?
no. It's great. It's another
Is it
step
better?
in the
Is
process.
Is it better?
I think science would tell you it's better.
Well, and you know what, man? Also, I just think that when you create it yourself,
oh yeah.
it's like when you smoke a pork shoulder, dude.
Yeah.
You put a lot of work into that day. Yeah. It's a craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want people to
And
enjoy
it's
it.
like,
Artisan.
man, and then you taste it, you're like, damn.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like you'd be the same thing. Like you get a little grinder, hey, hit it. Then put it in your pour over, then pour it over, and you're like,
My God, that
damn,
sounds
look
like
what
an hour.
I did. Look what I
The Keurig.
10 minutes.
Weren't
10
we going
minutes.
for the Keurig there with the quick?
No, a Keurig is good.
Nah.
I've been thinking about going out and buying a coffee pot or a Keurig again.
I've got the Keurig and the coffee pot side by side. I haven't tried this pour over method, but if this coffee fetish, I can see now that it's getting cooler.
Yeah.
Like I can see me this
Hey,
coffee
dude, let
thing
me tell you
getting deep.
something. That pour over is a good take.
It's a good take.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we might have to
if you can
experience
get the
that.
right coffee.
Yeah. Because you said it best. If you're going to do it, Do it right. Yeah.
I mean, don't be sitting there throwing Folgers in a Mr. Coffee.
Well,
that's
man,
not doing it right.
Now we can't knock the Folgers is the Bush Latte of
Oh,
coffees.
I know it
you
is.
can't knock out Folgers.
Yeah, you're
you know,
right.
I'm a Folgers man. I mean,
I am too.
you know, and I
Guilty
said that
pleasure.
I've been
Folgers Colombian.
I'm a
Was
classic.
that the blue one?
Classic.
The red.
That's the red. I'm the red. Yeah.
Or black silk. Black
Black
silk.
silk.
Ooh. Now, and I tell you something, and I've realized this: Yeti doesn't have anything on these gentlemen. These guys have been doing this since the '70s, probably longer than that. Stanley thermoses.
Oh.
You know, like your dad's metal.
yeah.
You know,
It's like you're carrying
sure.
it to a steel mill.
yeah,
or something.
yeah. Well, I've been
love it.
throwing the coffee in that. Pfft, I could cook. I could have made it last Monday and
Hey,
it'd
you know
still
what?
be hot.
Hey, listen,
4 o'clock.
listen.
Last
Hey, yeah,
Monday.
it's still hotter.
Yeah.
It's still hotter.
Yeah.
Burn your mouth.
Yep.
At 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Hey, you know what though? Now I'm going to ask you guys this. We're familiar with these Stanley thermoses.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's had them or one of these thermoses. Now, I will say this. I love like the pour over all that, but however you do it, if you put it in one of those, if you drink it out of the thermos cup,
That's the way
You're
I
going
do
to
it.
die.
Oh no! You may never. You may never die. That's what it is.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's
it
more
tastes
like it.
better.
It does. Yeah.
Or there's something about it. Again, you're back to that, like, man, it's like, yeah, I'm self-contained
That's-
here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a man and his coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is the ultimate man coffee
Yeah.
transit system.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like, hey, it's a man and his coffee
Yeah.
and a Stanley thermos.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I would put it up against a Yeti all day long.
Yeti
boys.
has that. Dude, those guys have been doing it. Hey, man, they've been doing that since
Yeah.
before we were
and
born.
they're not
dude.
$1,800.
No,
You know,
no,
I mean,
no.
yeah, like I said,
They're
man,
not
you
cocky
could
about
put chili in there. You could put all. I
Oh
mean,
man, but dude, if you know what, you'd have to have a separate one to be putting soups in.
oh no.
I mean, you know what?
Rinse
I mean,
it and
you're-
go.
Well, once it turns red on the inside, it's
you're-
over.
Yeah, your coffee's gonna taste like shit.
Like
I mean,
spaghetti.
hey, I've taken chili the last 5 days,
Yeah.
and this, but this Folgers tastes great. You know, it's a little spicy.
Touch of
Protein
touch
shake
of
is what I call
Italian.
that. I call that a protein
Protein
shake.
shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got, especially this time of year. I mean, I might just start rolling in here with the Stanley.
Hey,
With soups.
well, soups are. You know what? Now I'll tell you, I like a soup too.
Oh, I like a good soup. I like a good soup.
Who doesn't like a good
Yeah.
soup?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, man. If you come in here with a Stanley, I'll come in here with
Okay,
a
yeah,
Stanley,
yeah.
and this will become a coffee podcast
Well,
instead
yeah,
of a whiskey
yeah.
podcast.
We'll call ourselves the Chubby Coffee Drinkers.
Soupcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Soupcast.
yeah. Hey, Bush Latte will be taking a break for the 3
Yeah.
months of winter while we enjoy
Work on our
various
weight
soups
and,
and coffees.
Yeah, and crackers.
Yeah, coffee's great. Tea. I have been hitting some green tea.
A lot of people have.
Supposed to be good for you. That's what they say.
Girl at the office has been drinking apple cider vinegar every day.
Yeah, I don't know about. I've never gone down that road.
Have you ever drank it?
No. And I like. I mean,
I've
I
tasted
I
it
like
on
apple
food
cider.
and
I
stuff,
like.
yeah.
What is it?
vinegar.
The antioxidants in it? Is that what they like?
That's what they say.
What do they do? Like, how much do they drink?
Is it a couple teaspoons a day?
No, it's more like probably 6 ounces, probably
All right.
4 ounces.
Yeah, I don't know.
What does it do, man?
It's
a cleanser.
detoxifier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you do it every day?
Yeah.
Yep. There's guys. You take a lot of these guys that and I'm kind of like this. You kind of, eat chanterelle mushrooms, and the guys that live off the land.
Oh, yeah.
they're
Yeah,
big
yeah,
into
yeah.
that apple cider vinegar and,
Really?
and its cleansing effects.
It
And
has
I know
like a
guys that take it every day.
Positive health.
It's a
effect.
probiotic too, I think. I mean, it's got all kinds of, so that's something that has. I told you about that.
Oh, yeah.
that probiotic. I don't know. You're 41. I'm 39. You're 47.
Something we need to start thinking about. Is the
Well, I mean, I've
probiotic.
never
Well-
had this issue. Yeah.
Well, I just felt, and I didn't. I realized it. I knew it. God, my name's Pudge, but I was bloated all the time. Okay. Well, one day I was having a conversation with the guy, and he goes, "Hey, Pudge, how you been doing, man?" And I said, I'm good. I said, I got heartburn, man, just real bad. And it was that was a daily thing. I could look at a glass of water and get heartburn.
Yep.
And he said, "Hey, dude," he said, "take a probiotic." Okay, and I said, "What's a probiotic?" And he explained to me, how like in a septic system, you'll dump your Red X and it creates bacteria. Well,
Yep.
that's what probiotic
Sure.
does, and it creates bacteria and eats up everything.
Yep.
Immediately, it was like somebody just took my guts and just went,
Give him a hug.
yeah. It's just like, it's going to be all right,
Everything's going to be all right.
And I mean, I'm serious, man.
Well, I think there's got to be good truth to the fact that we destroy our bodies, and when you strip your guts out all the time with mostly alcohol
Yeah.
or bad food,
or bad food.
and lots of it,
Yep.
Dude, that's been the
I
biggest
guess
change in this diet, dude. I mean,
Are you still feeling good?
I
You
haven't
still-
told you. I haven't told you about this week.
Yeah,
I had a
we haven't talked
revelation,
much.
which made me feel better.
Okay.
I get to the. We were working, in these different hospitals and stuff, and there was a scale in the corner, and I'm thinking I hadn't stepped on a scale
Since the weigh-in.
Yeah,
What'd you weigh in at?
303.
303. That's right. Yep.
And I said, I don't feel like this isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And I've been about half miserable. Not miserable, but it's just like, damn,
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm getting no result.
289.
286.
Ooh. So you
And
dropped
didn't realize it, dude. That's over
almost
50.
20.
Yeah,
almost 20 pounds.
2 weeks, bub.
Jesus.
Feeling good.
So you guys are doing the intermittent fasting. Is that what
I
you're
am.
doing?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
How many hours are what's your
I've been doing 24 or roughly. I typically eat one time a day, and I do it about the same time every day. So I don't know if you call it 23, 24.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Yeah,
You know
it
what?
is.
Well,
It's aggressive.
now the only thing that I try to do is a 16 and 8.
Yes.
But I'm just eating one time a day, and I'm also doing the carnivore diet. Now, something that I've realized that I'm doing, if I cheat on one, I don't cheat on the other. So not only am I doing if I do, let's say that I'm doing the carnivore diet, and let's say I say, well, I'm going to eat another time before bed. It might be 4 hours later, okay, before my clock starts, okay. So I'll eat at, let's say 4 o'clock, and then I might eat again at 7 o'clock. So I've gave myself, I'm inside my 8-hour window, but I stay, or let's say I don't want to eat just a carnivore, and I want to eat some crackers or something. I'll have some crackers. So then again, I got off the carnivore, but I stayed on intermittent fasting. So I'm doing 2 diets, and it's been kind of nice.
So now, if I'm understanding this correctly, now you're basically going extreme on the intermittent fasting.
Not really.
You're doing the one
No,
meal.
I mean
That's
Tyler.
one meal. Isn't that
Tyler's the
different?
pro at it. He lost
Yeah, but
120 pounds. so.
That's a different though scheme, isn't it? Because my understanding of intermittent fasting. Tell me if I'm wrong. I might be talking about another plan. I thought that intermittent fasting meant that I'm going to choose a 3-hour period. Okay. Where I can eat during the day, 3 or 4 hours. Now, not eat as much as you can or anything like that, but like you only eat during X hours.
I have it. That's what I'm doing.
16 and 8. So he's 16 off
Oh,
and 8
8
on.
No, I thought that was what that was. Like it's
Yeah.
not like
It is.
it's not one meal.
No.
And
It's a time frame.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also all calorie intake. So you
Yes,
can
you could eat anything
that's-
you wanted,
Right.
as long as you intermittent fast.
Right.
So Tyler, and now you were saying like you don't really worry about what you eat now, right? Like
No, I've
you,
gone from the 16-8 to now OMAD, so 1 meal a day. I've been on that for the last 2.5 years now.
and
Sundays
you're finding that very manageable.
in the sense of I'm not as cautious on what I eat. If I want if I want to go through Wendy's and grab a Baconator meal,
But that's all you ate that day.
That's it.
Yeah, so there's no other calorie intake in the evenings.
But still, at the end of the day, it's calories in versus
Yeah, so
calories out.
if you want to kick back and have your beverages in the evening, that's not going to work for you.
Now,
But the 16-8, we used to navigate it to run all the way to like 10.
Okay.
So we knew at like 9:30 it was last bourbon call of the evening.
now I'm
See,
not
I
doing
thought
that.
Drinks are free. I
That
thought.
well, no, they're not.
Only-
they're
only-
not supposed to be.
Only in your time frame.
Yeah, well, no, I do them whenever.
Okay.
So even like that Laurelville cider that I had,
Yep.
I mean, I'm not that anal about it that I'm not. Now, I don't drink other than that, and that's a seasonal thing that I like to do. And but most of the time I'm just drinking water and coffee.
Yeah, well, that's what we were doing. Coffee would get us into, and that's the thing. If you're hungry, a little black coffee
Or water,
will
yeah.
keep pushing you
Do
along.
you have an espresso machine? Did
I didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. I bet if we were having the conversation about coffee and cigars, the Cubans would tell you all day
That
long.
would be,
Like,
dude.
Yeah.
That would be baller, man.
they'd also say, well,
Can you imagine
don't discount the rum.
making your own and just dropping shots of espresso in there, man? I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, based on what we do.
No, I'm good right
We
now.
should get a beer in.
I was gonna say, dude, we've sidetracked you. I want to hear.
shit.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Well, let's talk
imports.
about these things.
Yeah, because you've got.
Or
me
is it
intrigued.
time?
You've got
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right,
Okay.
Well, go ahead and start with your presentation, Nate.
right.
Let us-
My
let-
presentation.
Well, no, you pick a topic.
Yeah,
Well,
pick
no,
it.
let's go back and circle around so that this all makes sense about my history and
Yeah, we
where
let you
I've
start and
been.
then we cut out. We cut
No,
it out.
it's-
there.
It's called a conversation.
That's
Jack.
right.
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah, this is a
That's what
conversation.
happens.
I'm laying down rules.
Yeah. That's the one thing we said we were never going to do.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I don't know. I was a craft beer guy before I got into the distributor game. So I guess my history goes back to, Carrie and I had a little deli in Chillicothe for a little blip. And in that deli, we had a serving license, and I was all into craft then. And we're talking, we got to be pushing 9 years ago. And I was all about craft then. So even our small handful of tap handles, I was all about doing something in craft.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it, but Scrimshaw was one of my first, I think, craft Pilsner loves. Like I still love that beer, and we'll just get into one and enjoy it. But life took me to some different places, and I've done all kinds of things, and we've done all kinds of different things, including we catered for a while, and we found ourselves in a position where I looked at Carrie one day and I said, always wanted to bartend, I'm just going to go do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I talked the docket water into giving me a job, and had some time behind the bar. And
how'd you like that?
I liked it. I mean, I didn't necessarily care for it at my age, Friday and Saturday nights. Because at this point, I was already 35.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Living that dream.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It was fun. But you're not a kid running with the kids. You're like, you're annoying. Like, these little shits are annoying after midnight.
And whenever
you're tired of amateur hour.
I told somebody the other day, they said, because they lifted the time ban.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
did they?
Yeah.
I didn't
Really?
know that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Trust me, I don't mean to get off topic.
Did they?
No,
lifted
this
it.
is a topic we need to
This
do.
is a big topic.
But they
They finally figured out that COVID comes out before 10 o'clock.
well, did you see
And after.
Did you see the the bars can fully reopen? Have you seen that on Facebook?
No.
Okay.
Is it real?
Well,
though?
there was a bunch of posts from news sites. Bars can now fully reopen.
What does that mean? They still want you practicing.
So I read the guideline, and it was revised on 9/23, and it's on coronavirus.ohio.gov. And look at the latest updates, and the only thing that I can see that they don't mention still, you still have to social distance, but they didn't mention anything about time. So whenever they say fully reopened, I'm assuming that means
What's your liquor license let you get away with?
yes.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I think that they would have probably worked on that a little bit is because maybe your sporting events are going a little bit later and they're allowing spectators.
Yeah.
So how could you tell me to?
Well, it makes
not do
sense. It makes sense, dude. Like Nate just said. Like, I mean, come on, man. 10 o'clock. I mean,
It just seems to me.
why is that the magical hour of Corona?
It just seems to me that your bars and restaurants are the ones. It's the last industry that's really getting kicked in the ass.
Yeah.
Kicked
With this
repeatedly.
thing. And at what point you got to let them go back? I mean, I think if you're letting kids play sports and contact
Then you got to let
sports
adults make their own choices.
well, you got to let adults go back to playing contact sports in the bar.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, full go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
full go.
Let's
Well, I
go.
hope that's the thing because that's that is my industry, right?
Yeah.
The on-premise shutdown has hurt us drastically.
You're
but
still at the dock?
Oh, no.
no. So let's
Yeah,
let's
go back
speed
to-
through.
Okay.
Spent some time in the dock behind the bar. One of our bartenders came back.
There's no time limit, by the
Yeah.
way. So
Yeah.
take
No,
your
it's good.
time. Yeah.
From maternity leave, and I said, you take your shift back. Like, there's a day shift opening up, but I'll take that Saturday, Sunday morning day shift. Like, that's more my speed anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
This
I
still
completely
works
understand
for me.
Yeah.
Was still enjoying it, but the long and short of the conversation is that I had so many people come in, and as a bartender, they would say, "Hey, what's new in beer back there?" And we weren't participating in what's new in beer.
Yeah.
The docket water really is and has always been that staple of making sure that the locals have what they want, and that goes all the way into a Coors Light handle, and a Bud Heavy handle,
Yeah.
and a Bud Select handle, and all the way into the occasional Busch Light handle.
Nick, I've got PBR on draft right now.
Sure. Well, it's a value beer. Everybody wins on something like PBR or Busch Light. So I managed to get myself into a position where a management opportunity came up, and it was really about managing the back end of the business, not the front end of the business. And I've done both. So I've driven a sales force on the front, and I've looked at profit and loss in the back. So it just kind of came to a place where all of a sudden I found myself doing a little bit of beer buying, and then I started managing just dollars and cents and paying attention to what we were doing with beer and liquor profitability, just paying attention.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty good craft beer game going, and I was having a good time doing it. And my Cavalier rep of all people came to me and said, he said, Nate, I'm not going to be your rep anymore, man. I'm Columbus based. A route opened up in Columbus, and he goes, I think you should take my job. And I said, all right. Good conversation to have. Essentially, his DM said, you can take the route in Columbus, find your replacement. So a quick interview in Lancaster, and I ended up taking over a route for Cavalier that was in my backyard.
Yep.
You know, I got to service Chillicothe. There's nothing better than being a beer rep in your hometown.
Sure.
You get some ins. You immediately get the I trust you. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
We want to help you. We want to support you. And that route took me all the way up to Canal Winchester and Lancaster and back through in kind of a diamond shape. And I did that for 2 years with Cavalier and had a good time doing it. Took a route that was struggling and put some steam behind it. And like a lot of distributor reps that are successful, they move on to the supplier side.
Yep.
So supplier side usually looks like I took a job with Jackie O's, and my territory is the state of Ohio. We're going to focus on Ohio. It's an Ohio-bred beer. The import game's a little different, but I had a chance to work with my boss one day when we launched a brand, and he spent the day in the car with me. And this is super early into my career with Cavalier, and I guess he thought so highly of me. He walked away from that day and said, "If I ever need a guy in Ohio, I'm going to hire Nate. That's going to be my guy."
Yeah.
So we came together and figured out how to transition me over to the supplier side, and that puts me in a position where I'm representing a nice handful of import beers from Belgium and England and Germany.
You and the guy that was just the rep at that time, or like he was the boss for there and talking to you as a rep.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden he becomes your boss, and you're working from. You guys are running across a field of goldenrod.
Yeah. He took. He took the national sales manager job and opened the void.
Yeah, there it is.
And there you go. So
yeah.
So that puts me where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 17, 18 months in. My territory is big, and the import game is different.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Like, and don't let me get ahead of you. But like, I assume there was a little bit of a learning curve. I mean, obviously you're a guy that has tried a lot of beers. Mm-hmm. You've traveled a lot. I mean, I feel like I feel the same way. Like, I feel like, hey man, I mean, I know enough about imports to be dangerous, but I bet I don't know what I don't know.
I've always looked at the game like this. I've been a salesman my entire life. My first job at 10 years old was 50-50 sales tickets at KC Raceway. Yeah. I was that kid. Making 10% commission at 10 years old. You taught me early, right? Yeah. I've never been able to shake it. I've tried
to get at me. I tried to be a banker once. Worst move I ever made.
I've tried to get away from it so many times.
Yeah, I can't do regular stuff.
Yeah. So we'll just pass this around. Okay. Well, then we'll get to it.
Now we're filling.
Yeah, just take a little. We got a few beers to get through, so here you go, Pudge.
So this is what? Oh, this is a.
Hey, do you care if we talk about it right now?
We're gonna stop. We're gonna go backwards again, but
okay, that's
we can.
No, dude, it's your show. You go.
Well, I'll try to wrap it up.
Okay.
Should I get more? You guys are drinking a whole lot.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I might have wheezed the juice a little bit there, man. I might have taken a little bit too much. I don't know.
There's plenty. There's a whole nother one in there.
I mean, did you see this guy? I mean, look at this guy showed up with.
Oh, jeez. We got things to get.
I didn't see it.
I thought he was. I mean, I was like, holy shit, man. We're gonna watch a
We're gonna get drunk. Yeah, we're gonna get drunk.
Yeah, I did these little guys because I mean, you guys don't get through a lot of beer when you're doing this. I thought maybe you guys only got through like
so
2
we can
beers.
taste them.
Oh no, yeah, that's great.
Well, but tonight I think we're changing the rules, Nate. I mean, my goodness, man, we're drinking.
You got Chad excited. You got Chad excited.
Yeah, I'm engaged.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you. We'll just head into Scrimshaw.
Okay, cool.
Because this is one of my favorite beers. This North Coast Brewing Company out of Fort Bragg.
Okay.
They are they're a pioneer in the craft beer game. When you look at the guys who came in the early '80s, here comes North Coast in 1988. Scrimshaw is their one of their flagship beers. It's just a well done pilsner, and it's got a flavor profile that is so soft and sweet on the back. Most people that I put this in front of that are a Bud Light, Miller Lite drinker, you can't really you can't really deny Scrimshaw as it stands.
Oh no, that's a full flavored.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's just
yeah. So explain, and I guess maybe, and I shouldn't even admit this, but explain what a Pilsner is, because I'm sure a lot of our audience, are, being in Southern Ohio, they haven't bought into the crafts yet completely.
Oh, yeah.
Your younger generation has, but the older generation, they're just dabbling in it.
Yep. So what I was getting at earlier was I'm so much at this point in my game that you said like where do you have to be with beer education and knowledge to make this thing work?
Sure.
And I guess the history with me is I've done so many things before, and I'm at a point anymore where I've got to figure out where my passion lanes live, and I've never gotten beer geeky.
Yeah.
Well, here's what matters.
Yeah, you like if it tastes good.
Well, it tastes good, but what matters most in a career path in sales is being a salesman.
What
first.
do they buy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a sales guy first.
Yeah.
I'll get in front of consumers. I'll get in front of a buyer. I'll work hard on the distributor side. So I've toured. I was trying to add it up the other day between my distributor time and my time with Artisanal Imports. I think I'm close to 20 breweries toured. And most of the time it's the same story. Beer's only made a couple different ways. It's not crazy. It's not rocket science. It's pretty basic stuff.
Yeah.
Pilsners and lagers are typically made a little different than other styles, but the generality is you change the structure of a beer with usually what you do with hops and how you present hops. So as we get down the road later, there's ways that people will take what usually is a bitter hop and they'll hold it for a year, so that hop still plays a part in the production game of beer, but it doesn't impart the bitterness.
Yeah.
So beer in general is pretty basic. Style by style, things will change, but as we get down the road, we'll delve in, and I think when we come full circle, you'll see how beers are a little different and how they're made a little different. And what
I know a little bit about it. I've been to a few breweries, and I've got the gist. I noticed before I got into the crafts and the IPAs, if I was sampling beers, it was typically a Pilsner, or lager. Those were my two.
Hefeweizen, a lot of people go.
Yeah,
go to
Hef. I used to call that Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen?
Yeah, Hefeweizen.
Feinstefano?
Yeah, Hefeweizen. That's what I heard.
Yeah, Hefeweizen. Yeah, sure.
That's probably actually closer to the German pronunciation.
Well, no, Hefeweizen. That's what I used to call it. Yeah, I'd be playing music up there, and I'd say,
"Give me a Hefeweizen."
Yeah, I said, "Hey, give me a Hefeweizen."
Hey, give me one of those half a weasels.
Yeah. But so and then you get into your IPAs and all that. Is it Squirrel Bladder time?
Here we go.
My Lord.
I think we might be on record pace tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, this is number one.
We've got the plan for upstairs.
What we got to do, Tyler, is put a little ding one.
Yeah.
One squirrel on the bottom of the screen.
We're going to put a urinal.
A little counter up there.
One squirrel on the bottom of the screen. I'll have to start putting something.
Yeah. You can take bets on how many that Chad does this episode.
You guys are going to have to keep this.
That's all right. Well, I'm sure a couple sales guys could talk, We're going. Me and Chad were talking earlier this week. If we do the first set up there with the brick, we're going to have to put a urinal right beside it, because Chad, you will see. This is probably. I'm going to go with 4.
4?
Yeah.
How long have we been talking about?
Well, right now we're right at about an hour, 45
minutes.
45 minutes. So let's just get it started.
Dude, I got so many beers over here to get
through.
through.
And he will indulge in probably all of them. Yeah, that's Chad. So the Pilsner, though, I've noticed that your Pilsner, that's going to be, if you are if you're just diving in it, that's going to be a good one to explore with.
Yeah, Scrimshaw is certainly a beer that has navigated a lot of people out of the Bud Light, Miller Lite game and into the craft beer world.
Yeah.
I would say the Scrimshaw certainly is that beer for my wife.
What's the percentage on that?
It is 4.5.
4.5. So just a touch?
Just a touch higher.
Just a touch higher?
Yep.
Just enough that you can taste it?
Just enough that you can taste it. It's a well-made craft Pilsner.
Where's that a hot cellar at in Ohio?
So here's the game with craft beer. Most of your national craft brands they've been fighting for a long time over local craft, right?
Yep.
Because I don't know, we all want to support what's made in our backyard, and we say, well, if I can drink something that I like just as much, and I'm helping the guy down the road,
so be it.
Let me do it, right? So national craft, like the old school craft guys, have either adjusted and adapted and have sustained and maintained. But the reality is, you know this as long as anybody. Sierra Nevada used to be everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So Pale Ale was everything.
Yeah.
Sierra Nevada is they're the brewery that's responsible for resurrecting the IPA in the U.S.
Ooh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Not that we're gonna get. I just thought a point of reference. If we circle back, there's some.
Yeah.
Some cigars. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I got some Sierra Nevada back there in the back.
Oh,
Sierra Nevada
it's
IPA.
still.
It was kind of your flagship or what,
It was your if you've never tried anything with hops,
Yeah.
this is where you need to start.
I remember those craft packs. I'm thinking 10, 12, or longer
That
now.
was early on. Dude.
12, 14, 15 years ago,
Well,
you'd go to
Nate-
Kroger's.
Nate and I were talking, like when IPAs jumped the shark, in our opinion, like I think we're both old school, is when like you started losing clear IPAs. Like when everything got hazy
Yeah.
and murky and,
Yeah.
everybody was wanting,
The juicy brews.
they were juicy. They were hazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, I like some of those beers.
I do too. I'm a hazy IPA guy.
I'm not blasting. A lot of
Yeah.
people are. But like for me, like I'm kind of a traditionalist. Like, man, give me a pale ale or an IPA that is as clear as that beer we just drank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do you like a lot of hops? Or you like
more
hop,
the better,
the hoppier the better?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'd like, just make it gross.
Skunk my face.
Yeah.
Dank.
Yeah. We were talking earlier, and I still certainly will chase bitter hops, and I still do. But I think I'm a little more well-rounded. Hell, we were getting into it, and a lot of consumers at this point are coming back to more basic styles, so they're looking for pilsners or lagers.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
this is delicious, man. So this is one of your offerings. No.
So North Coast, we just came on board with Artisanal Imports as their sales arm. So traditionally, the way our business works is we import a brand completely. We take care of all of the logistics that have to happen to get that beer from Belgium to the U.S. And then where do we house it? And then we go out across the U.S. and find distributors that we offer distribution rights to. And then you and I have a relationship, and you sell our beer. We have lots of conversation about how we can get down the road better, how we can do things better together. How we both, are more successful.
Let me ask you this: Is it all? When you're looking at imports, are you talking about all bottles and cans? I mean, there's not kegs of import.
Oh,
for
sure.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
All of it. That's where couplers get crazy.
What's the oldest Hefeweizen? What's the oldest one?
Weinstefan.
What is it?
Weinstefan or Weinstefana.
Is that the one with the little tiny blue handle?
Yep.
Yeah, we had a full keg of that here not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, that's their flagship or bestseller is Hefeweiss, their wheat beer.
Yeah.
But then usually around this time you'll get offered Fest beer or Dunkel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when I was working with Cavalier, I sold a lot of Weinstefan, and they are
That's probably who I got it
Does
off
it come? Does it come
Sure.
in
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
you do.
sextals? Like,
No, that was full keg.
Well, you're talking 50 liters.
Yeah.
You start getting into that.
Okay.
CLs, MLs, 50 liters.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man, because it's coming.
Conversions,
It's
half
coming.
liters.
Yeah. You're coming from across the pond there,
Yep.
man. They're not
Yep.
messing around. Yeah.
Yeah, so North Coast is our newest edition that we're representing in the U.S. And
Well, that's tasty, man.
yeah, and mostly on the East Coast. So this is the only American craft beer in my book. This is it. And I think it's a good fit for us because we talk a lot about imports. We have a nice base out there in the world for on-premise and off-premise accounts, but when we walk in and talk about our one American craft brewery, it's not competing with any of the other beers I'm going to talk to you about tonight.
Yeah.
It stands on its own.
Sure.
And they always have, and they will continue to, because I mean we believe in it.
I bet that this bunch has a great IPA.
They do. They do. Yep. They also have what I've got in here called Old Rasputin, which is one of the most
you've heard of that,
awarded.
probably.
It's one of the most awarded, maybe the most awarded Russian Imperial Stouts in the world. So
Over and over and over. But like Russian Imperial Stouts, dude, Russian beers, you don't mess around. Have you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never bit the bullet and really been a huge beer guy.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Have you tried an Imperial Stout? before?
Well, I mean, just at the bar, whatever we get.
But those Imperials, dude. I mean, they are. Ooh, what's that little can? What's that little can?
What's this little guy?
Yeah.
My favorite part about selling this beer
Take it easy on the little guy.
is walking. My favorite part about selling this beer is walking into bars and finding the female behind the bar who's in charge of beer sales. The first thing she says is, "Oh my God, that's cute."
Killer Pills drops.
Well, Panga drops.
in the midget can.
Yeah, Panga drops.
Pega drops.
We,
Now,
have,
where's this
we
from?
have a bad history with our midget takes around here.
No,
We don't mean anything
get
by
it.
it. If you are that person,
Yeah, sorry.
What did we settle on?
It
Did we
was
settle
Lori.
on-
It was
did we
Lori
s-
Graves. It was Lori Graves' fault. You heard
settle
that.
on little people. Is that the
I,
proper?
I think it was vertically challenged. Is what we.
well, that's old school.
Which do you feel better about, Nate?
Midget.
I mean, it's a good word.
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
I don't
Dwarf.
know. No, that's a different. It's a whole different segment. That's Snow White.
How about Elf?
Totally not right. It's not Christmas all year.
Okay.
Call me Elf one more time.
How about Wee Man? Wee.
We.
Like if you say that is a wee person.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
that
yeah,
might
yeah.
be. That might. Be,
I'm an import guy. It's we.
Okay, yeah, that might be a little closer. Like I guarantee you, in Ireland, like
It's a wee
they
man.
would be like, "Hey, man, that man is wee.
It's a wee
That is a wee man. This is a wee beer.
That is a wee
Enjoy
beer.
that wee
We beer.
Yeah.
In a little can for a big reason. So
Okay.
6.2.
bigger.
It needs to be in a weekend.
Yeah.
Bigger. 6.2% Pilsner. Unfiltered Keller beer. Keller usually is like, it goes back to the old school terminology of.
Oh, you have changed Chad here. Chad is engulfed.
Am I reading this correctly? Nicaragua. Mm-hmm. I mean, was this brewed by the Sandinistas?
Nope. Nope. This beer comes from a passion of two white guys,
Okay.
American white guys, who are surfers.
Awesome.
So Panga Drops is one of the most notorious surf spots in the world, but certainly in Nicaragua, it's one of the best. So when we launched this beer in the U.S. Last year, Matt Greenberg is one of the co-owners. He and I spent a good amount of time together.
Awesome.
Opening Kentucky and working some of the surrounding states. As I was saying earlier, my territory is pretty big, so it's Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, Indiana, Western Pennsylvania, and then for a curveball of Florida.
Oh, well, you're the first guy I met that has the weird, maybe a more weird territory than what I do, but it's very similar.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll trade you Florida for Michigan, and everything else.
Well, I have
is the same.
Michigan, so what you got? What else you got?
Oh shit. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, West Virginia.
No trade.
Yeah.
No trade.
Yeah.
No, if I get down to Florida a few times a year on business, it's good. You know. But anyway, cool story, right? First craft beer out of Nicaragua. It's just a cool little beer.
I can't imagine there are a lot of craft beers out in Nicaragua.
No. I think there are a couple.
Would that be the
since-
red stripe of Nicaragua? Like in Jamaica?
I bet they export most of it.
No, because I think you'd look at their non-craft. Nicaragua definitely has a couple breweries that were not in the craft category, but this beer, I like what this beer does.
Oh,
It's
that's very good.
got a nice body to it for a pilsner. It's got some more depth to it.
You know, I don't think I try enough of the craft pilsner. Like, dude, if I'm drinking craft,
It's usually,
I'm like IPA, pale ale, or stout.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even try the pilsners very often.
Here's where it wins, and we were talking earlier. You know, an establishment that has 16 tap handles, probably should look at something in that lane.
Sure.
Pouring a
How
scrimshaw.
many do you?
16.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we have 16.
Pouring a scrimshaw at $5 a pool. You're still going to have a consumer that's going to look that way.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's one of the best tap handles.
Do
I've
you
ever,
get a
I've
lot
ever
of guys
seen.
coming in there like, hey man, like what do you got?
Oh, 4 out of 5.
And they want to hear a story.
Well,
like
we
I
did
don't
right
know.
now.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, yeah, this is different now.
Yeah, it's different now.
But there was a time when, like,
there was a time. I mean, I think something.
You still got customers like that though, because old Justin Fife was walking out there when I walked in the last time, and he had 2 growlers full of something. I mean,
I used to try to get not to get too off, course here. Let me see that, Jen. But I used to just order if it had a weird name.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a huge beer guy. I mean, here I am. I'm back on the whiskey now. I love me some whiskey.
So you're the beer buyer, and you're like, throw crazy names at me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that sounds exciting because my consumer is going to be like, what is that?
Well, okay. And here in Jackson, I don't know how many of those consumers know any more than me.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't need to.
And they don't need to, but a name will get them. So if I think that the name will get them, now there's a group of them that actually do know what they're, looking at or looking for.
Yep.
And every day that crowd is growing, because people are still. But
yeah, they are.
But 2 years ago, whenever I first got in there, it was still pretty infant, as far as the craft followers. And now I've realized, like you're talking about these imports, that would be worth. In a town like this with 16 tap handles, that's probably worth two handles.
Yeah, it probably is. Like it would create a little diversity in what you want. Like it's not all craft.
No.
And then you're always going to have your like what he was saying about the dock. You're always going to have your Bud Heavy.
I need
your
4
Coors
domestics.
Banquet. Yeah,
I need 4 domestics out of 16. I think 4 domestics.
Yeah.
And the rest of them be imports and
Crafties.
some crafts. Yeah. I mean. And because the domestics, I don't care what anybody says, they're going to outsell.
Oh, you're never going to get rid of them. I mean, with 16, you might even be shortchanging yourself with 4.
You might be.
If you're going to eliminate like the Coors Light handle or even the Bud Heavy
handle. I'm a banquet and
banquet
PBR. I'll throw a Mick Ultra 6 on there.
You should always have Ultra.
Yeah,
that's just
and carry it in a bottle as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of people really like that.
Oh yeah. Dude.
But I definitely think these imports. What I think one of the holdbacks in that whole thing is, none of them market.
They're not going to market heavy,
and there's nothing to market.
They don't. I guess what's it going to get them? They're gonna do a niche marketing scheme.
If it didn't work, Bud Light wouldn't do it.
Bud Light doesn't have to do it.
Bud Light doesn't have to do it, but they still do it.
Because,
and what I'm saying is they.
But when you have that much money, you're going to do it.
That's
right?
a different.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to compare any of them to Bud Light.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, even if they would, I mean, they've all got a Facebook page and an Instagram or whatever. But I mean, there's really no incentive for me not to move around and get different ones because there's no branding there for me.
Yep.
Now, now I tell you one that I've had a lot of success with is the Brewdog stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewdog stuff.
Do they work hard?
I always keep 2 Brewdog beers on at all times, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just their social media presence, but they always do well. They really do.
Well, I was talking to him earlier. Like, man, that when Elvis Juice hit, like I'm not gonna say it was the first hazy around or
it just got that
actually
little bite.
I prefer their Hazy Jane
over
to Elvis Juice, but like Elvis Juice. I think it was like 2 years ago. That was like the beer of summer.
Oh, absolutely.
In like the Columbus area and everything, and it hit big.
Yep.
And you saw it down here, man. My God, I mean, everybody was drinking, and I don't hate it. I like it. I was an early adopter. Then I came across some of their other stuff, but So I agree. Like, I just think it's very marketable. When people walk in, they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, Brewdog, I got it."
Simple tap.
And you know what, man? I think,
simple handle.
And Nate, we were talking earlier. Like, I think Jackie O's has a little bit of that, at least in Southern Ohio. Like here, like they'll come in.
I'd like to see what they do up north, like in Cleveland.
They do okay, but in Cleveland, you're fighting against fatheads. And,
you got
then you got Market Garden, and you've got what's the the dog?
Flying Dog?
No. It's the other one. Lucky
Thirsty Dog.
Thirsty Dog.
Yeah, Thirsty Dog. Yeah.
Yep.
Cleveland's got its own batch.
Thirsty Dog is old. Yeah, like that's like Ohio is very regionalized in their craft beer still. Like Rheingeist has maybe gone national. Jackie O's is messing around.
Is Rheingeist national, or does it just look that way?
I don't think they're national. I think they're tri-state.
But like they're known maybe over a little bit. But like Ohio is just like it's very regionalized in their thing, and I mean. So down here, like and even up to Columbus, I would say, like they see a Mystic Mama, they're like, oh yeah, man, bring it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: you live in Southern Ohio, you go to Canal Winchester, you have an experience. That experience was good.
Yep.
You had a good time.
Have you spent the night in that hotel yet?
I have not spent the night in the hotel. No, I've been there. I've been there plenty of times.
Yeah,
but I just said from the beginning, you'll win, right?
Yeah.
You create an environment. Honestly, their beer could be mediocre because if you go and you have a good time, you associate now that beer to that good time.
That's it.
yes.
And they've done a good job of coming out ahead. But what you could think about doing is doing European beers that you feature and you serve with appropriate glassware. Like
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
Where there's a novelty to it. There's
Absolutely.
that fajita effect.
We're
People
in.
people
You're
are
getting
gonna,
with me
yeah.
or whoever is from Cavalier.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron
Aaron's-
and I go way back.
Aaron Christian?
Oh yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
Because this is, I mean,
Well, it might be the best. It might be the best glassware in the in the entire
like I
industry.
told him when you were here, I was like, yeah, what man, whatever the hell this is, I am
Right.
interested
Right.
because it's unique
Oh, that's not coming out.
and I like it a lot.
That's not coming out.
That by design. It will come out. But yeah.
That's pretty cool, dude.
So all right, listen.
Okay.
Panga Drops.
Panga Drops.
This little can is all by design to beat the heat, the Nicaraguan heat. So cola will be in this little short can.
Oh, yeah.
So you never go warm.
Yeah.
You're just gonna crush them and then you're just gonna pop it in the
How
next
many
one out of
ounces
the bucket.
is this, gentlemen?
8.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
It's cool.
It's a delicious beer.
A baby beer.
It's a fun one.
It's very good, very good. I love the
There
Magic
again,
can.
fun.
Yeah, it's awesome, fun. And
When
that's
when people see this in a bar,
Oh,
they
yeah,
go
yeah. Oh,
what is that?
Imagine if you rolled up to a bonfire with 100 of them.
oh yeah,
Well, in a bar, you've got something that the females find cute. That's
Yep.
cute. And when it comes in a bucket and the girlfriend order it and they come over and they're like, "What the is this? 6.2%. Tasty?
ooh.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah.
Buckets, man. That's where those babies live.
You
Yeah.
know what, man? That tastes
Tastes good.
Tasty.
pretty
It's
good.
tasty.
I mean, I would not think that it was that high.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, that
man.
tastes very Coors Lightish.
Maybe even verging into the banquet side, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this could
Definitely
probably,
got that Coors flavor.
Yeah. We just got koozies in that we can send out in the market and they stack.
Oh my god.
They double stack.
that'd be
so you can put the
classic.
bottom boy in.
Yeah.
Leave it cold.
Oh,
and then when
nice.
this one's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, nice,
yeah, it's
nice,
great.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think this could get my panties off.
What? LPR?
Liquid boxer remover.
Yeah. LPR.
right.
LPR.
Tell me this. You guys are. I know you guys both. Well, you're into the IPAs.
You can call
for
us
sure.
fat. Oh, you're talking about beers.
yeah.
No, that's a good word. I like that.
Call
word.
us whatever you want. Yeah, it's all right.
How are
I've got so many glasses going.
are people talking about sours yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah. We
Yeah. I
guys-
like a good sour.
Do you?
he
Yep,
does, man.
I do.
I listen. I just got to tell you before we go there.
Okay.
Don't take offense. I have never tasted a sour that I like.
All right.
So
We'll see if we
challenge,
can. We'll see
challenge,
if we can.
challenge.
Change, we'll see if
Now,
we can
correct
change
me if I'm wrong. I think I've brought this up on the show before. Is that the hardest brewed beer there is? Like, is that?
I don't know about that. It's just a special. It's different.
Oh, I
right?
was like,
totally
who's that?
different.
All right,
Somebody just
so
walked down the hallway.
Who
It was
is
your
it?
wife.
Who is it?
Yeah.
I'll throw you with some crazy, right?
Carrie Steinbrook.
I'll throw you with some crazy.
Okay. Hit us with some
Drinking
crazy.
beer essentially is traced back to around 4000 BC.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're not alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not the first ones to sit and do this shit.
Yeah.
But all beers essentially would have been sour. They just would have. There wasn't
Really?
pasteurization.
Like back then, it
Yeah,
was.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
No pasteurization, no refrigeration. Natural bacteria is going to get to beer and it's going to sour it.
Okay.
So, can you I don't know how adept you are with this, but can you touch on the brewing process a little bit? Like you're saying that so basically, you're saying back then craft beer, any beer they had was it probably tasted
Sour?
like a sour.
Yeah, at least
because that was just they
least
didn't
to a
have
point.
ways of
you didn't have ways to eliminate it. There have been accidental sours in the U.S. for sure that
accidental
have gone.
sours.
Oh, it's you have to. I guess you have to understand that throughout the brewing process in general,
Yeah.
brewers are always doing everything they can possibly do to not let bacteria in, because that's
but
what.
with sours, they're like, hey, come on in.
Oh no! It is. It's like it's our bugs. Come on, let's go, because that's what happens.
Hey, we're trying to make a sour.
And
Come on in back.
So
to it.
sour.
and you want to
So
hear
it's a probiotic.
in a way.
So see, listen, this is an elixir.
Yeah.
Hey,
listen.
I'm brewing some sour. Bacteria, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. No. Have you ever seen cool ships or open air vats?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
absolutely.
all. They're opening their
Vats.
windows and their doors to their open air and their local bacteria that it's going to be in the air.
Yep.
And a lot of places even say that's what makes ours so different is what we have locally is what makes it so different.
Probably wouldn't go to Chillicothe.
Maybe.
Yeah. With that meat
know.
air.
Hey, I wonder if the mead would make it like even taste better.
Ooh.
I don't know
That
that
paper smell?
translating that smell to taste.
It's a good idea.
Right. Can we jar that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
but like you know what? Sometimes the rankest smells though make
the best
some really
taste.
good tastes. Like
Yeah.
like look, like you don't just judge it like, yeah, man, that smells awful. Like I'm getting lightheaded. But dude, like if you could bottle that shit up and put it in like a liquid or some kind of make the mead burger or something over there in Chile, like. I don't know,
man.
I think you're in. You know what, man? Like it all smells bad until it smells good.
I think
You know, like all of a sudden, hey, I've got a little mead bean soup cooking over here, and you're kind of like you're like, okay, man, like
Nothing about that smells or tastes
well,
good.
like you drive by the smokestack, it smells horrible. But all of a sudden, I walk by a pot on the stove, and I'm like, that's got character. Is there cabbage in that? Yeah. Hey, somebody throw a ham chunk in there. This is going to be terrific. You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just depends on where you are. Like, you're driving on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're driving by Chillicothe. You're like, man, that's awful. That smells awful.
But in your
I'll tell you what,
kitchen.
you walk by a stove, and there's a
And you're hungry.
oh yeah, and there's just a crock brewing.
Fart
you know?
soup.
And yeah. It's like, hey man, we've got. I mean, there's
Yeah.
something there in the cauldron. You know, they're mixing it around. There's like, we got beans, cabbage, everything else. You know,
I don't know where he's going.
I don't either. Yeah.
You guys don't understand that?
He went down a deep rabbit hole there with the meat
Wait a
soup.
minute, you guys don't get that?
I don't know.
mean,
Maybe go have a. Maybe
I'm
go,
just saying you get a different perception if you're in the kitchen as opposed to driving by on the highway.
Maybe the
You walk by there and you're like, there must be cabbage in that.
maybe having
Or-
Maybe.
having a paper maker cheeseburger at the Paint Grill, which
Yeah.
is in the backyard of the mead.
Yeah.
Is
There you go.
Like,
Well,
you know.
like maybe you've got cooked red cabbage on that, gentleman, and you think that
You could.
You think, hey man, that kind of smells like the meat, or maybe it's just like cabbage.
Yeah.
Both smell and taste like shit, but for some reason, as human beings.
eat
We're
the cabbage.
intrigued
We're
by
all
that.
into the
Yes,
cabbage.
yes, we're intrigued. I mean, we throw a little ham in there, and
Ham
hey,
chuck.
Shit, it's all good.
little corned beef.
Yeah, corned beef.
All right, so the sours.
Okay, but sauerkraut. Okay, sorry. I took us down. I took us on.
That's deep rabbit hole.
We hit the side roads there. We hit the side roads there.
Yeah. So we're into Belgium, right? Rodenbach. 18
Belgian.
1820.
Sour.
1821.
Yeah.
Essentially, every sour lover in the world can thank Rodenbach because that's who they are. They are the godfather, the one and only to look at.
Was this like a slow adoption? Like, have they always thrown this out? Have people been drinking this for 100 years?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, like, this isn't
Try
something that
this
was
sour.
new.
Hit me with a little shot of that.
Yeah.
You might get a little rinse on your glass.
Fills up here.
Might be beneficial.
Okay, let me see what I can
Mine's
do.
pretty well dry.
Pretty well dry.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to. Okay, here we go. There.
See that bartender pour right there?
Oh, what?
Yeah, what you got there, Nate? Hit me.
Ooh, that just even smells like heartburn. You know it's going to be good.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
So-
I sort of feel like I'm drinking acid reflux when I
Yeah.
drink a sour.
I think it's. I mean, in
This
a
could
lot of
digest
ways,
food.
maybe in a lot of ways, it's different.
Okay.
It's sour. Rodenbach Classic has never treated me that way. I could see it. Right, you're going to throw sour on sour. You're going to throw acid on acid.
Now, are you sour? Like, where do you
All right,
fall with sour?
this.
beer? I mean, give us
this
your
this
true
beer.
take.
This beer
that's
is
delicious.
different.
Oh, I just did.
You have to understand. This is a fooder age beer. These are large oak casks. This beer spends time.
Oak cask.
French oak. Get that. 150.
And you can taste what it does.
Oh, you can taste the oak in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's unlike any sour I've ever tasted.
Right?
Well, he never had one he liked till tonight.
Well, I mean, that's not
a sour.
That is not what American breweries are throwing forth as a sour.
They're taking sour to the next level.
Yeah, what I'm saying is this is not what they're throwing forth as a sour.
Yeah.
Right.
This is more subtle, and it's excellent.
This is the youngest and the least sour of everything that Rodenbach does. So this is 1/4 mature sour, so it's spent some time in the foeders, and it's 3/4 young sour. Yeah. So from here, Rodenbach has a bigger line. This is certainly
That's entry level.
This is entry level.
Karina Falks, pay attention to this can. I know you are the biggest sour beer advocate I've ever met.
Yep.
You better try this.
Yep.
Yeah, you can just talk to Aaron next week and be like, I need in on this Rodenbach Classic game because people eat this up.
Hey man, that's pretty good.
Well, okay, I will do that.
Well, no, wait a minute.
I mean, what's the risk on a case of 24?
Well, no, wait. Does that come in kegs?
It does. It doesn't right now. Not through Cavalier, but
here's what I think that I would like to do. This is I shouldn't even say this, but
do you think that you could get could you sell sours in cans, man?
If we did it right, if you had a menu that was your export menu can list,
you're right.
You could do that.
I just think that people would be more apt to get excited because you get your crafties coming in there and you're like, hey man, this is a sour that
almost looks like an apple pie.
This is a real sour.
So it's a true red Flanders or a Flanders red, Belgian style. I just love Rodenbach Classic, and I'll tell you where this beer.
That's the only time you tasted sours when it first hit your
I'm
lip.
sitting here telling him that.
Let me tell you where
hey,
this,
I've never had a sour I like. Well, okay.
Yeah. Where this really works is with food.
Oh yeah.
Anything big or rich. We went through this like crazy when we were visiting Mom down in Oak Island. We were cooking up seafood,
chicken wings, like some
seafood,
spicy chicken wings,
everything because it's a palate cleanser. It's so refreshing.
Yeah, and you would never think of that. What a odd branding with the taste for the can.
Oh, it is. What's the ABV on that?
It is 5.2.
Oh, okay, so it's regular.
Yep.
I mean,
it says right on the can.
You know what, man? That is a beer that I think you could enjoy in the afternoon.
I'm gonna tell you what. When you've been drinking, when you're
get a picture of that.
when you're 8 to 10 of your Busch Lights in,
yeah,
and you're like, holy shit,
I got to
tastes the same.
Yeah.
It just tastes the same.
Yeah, every now and then you got to switch it up.
If you pulled out a 4-pack of Rodenbach and gave yourself a break for the next hour and a half, 2 hours,
yeah,
I love it. I'm absolutely in love with Rodenbach.
I've never seen that before.
I would drink. That's a day drinker for me.
Do you like that, Pudge?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, that's a
5.2, which is a little light for a sour. A lot of sour. Most of your sours are pretty heavy on the alcohol.
I would give that a sweet nectar review.
Oh, I would too. That's definitely
hands of the gods.
TCB approved.
Yeah, hands of the gods.
So a lot of your fast-made sours in the U.S. they're forcing bacteria in. Whereas here's the deal. Here's
scary.
That's a natural.
Here's the deal with Rodenbach. They never fully drain their foeders, and everything that they need to happen for all the magic to happen is in there, and they never touch them. They just refill them.
Are American brewers standing up, sorry to be gross, straddling it, peeing into it or pooping into it or something, to introduce bacteria or? Because that would be if somebody told me that's how they made sours, I'd be like, makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Until tonight,
they're awful.
Yeah,
but
this
really
is good.
Yeah.
When you hold on to strains of bacteria from 1821, you can't recreate
that's amazing.
it tomorrow.
I mean, that's amazing.
And that's true stuff. That's we hold on to our stuff.
If you're a sour lover.
Man, Rodenbach Classic.
Well, I'm not going to say that because if you're a new age sour lover, that might not be enough for you.
Well,
you're a fool if you don't like that.
Yeah. But listen,
I mean,
if you're a sour lover, it's just like if you like IPAs. If you introduce an IPA that happened 100 years ago, I would hope that you could appreciate what it was. That is a different experience.
Yeah, it is.
Than the modern day sour.
Right, because it's
Matter of fact,
it's
well,
not
you guys are still doing
it's not
that.
battery acid,
As a
right?
matter of fact, I'm going to drink
What's
it all.
what's the battery that you take to your tongue to make sure that it still has any juice in it? C? Is that a C?
I don't know.
no,
It's like,
uh,
what
or a
size
D?
is it? A little
Which one is
square
that?
D.
That's
It's
a
a
D.
D?
It's a D battery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
a
that's
D.
what you're telling me the kids are after. They're after that like battery
Yeah,
acid
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I
Karina
mean-
likes the what was it she was telling us she
Likes
wanted?
them all, dude.
Yeah,
likes
she
all
just
the
likes
sours.
all sours.
Yeah.
Now I had one from Victory. I had a sour from Victory. It was pretty good, but it was sour.
I had a couple from Victory a handful of weeks back.
They got the juicy.
I don't know. I saw one. There was one with a monkey on it.
Yeah,
I would equate sour
Victory's
beers.
good beer,
I
though.
would
It's good beer.
equate sour beers to, all right, taking like 8 sweet tarts, chewing them up, and then taking a shot of piss. that would be my that's my definition of a sour beer until tonight.
until tonight. And then the Rodenbach.
It's very easy. All you need to make a sour beer in America is
8
a
sweet
pack of
tarts.
sweet tarts and
a shot of piss.
and a shot
That's
of
right.
piss. That's
Right.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. This beer's terrible. Throw some sweet tarts and monkey urine in it, and we're
Yeah,
good.
there we go. We're good.
The
Not
kids
even
are
much.
gonna love it.
Hey, the kids are going to go crazy.
Oh
for
yeah.
this
Yeah, we
stuff.
got to come up with a good name. That's what it comes down to.
That's it. Gets creative. Like
It's good
hey,
beer.
man.
So I'm gonna tell you, man. If we next time we get together, we should go down the Rodenbach Road because things just get.
We could take a whole night on
Dude,
this
things just go
That's
crazy
nice.
from
That's
here.
nice, dude. I
a
like
lot
it.
a lot more time. Then they start throwing fruit in it, and things start getting really.
Oh, there's
good.
different
Oh yeah,
iterations of
yeah.
this?
I also represent a sour called Jacobins. That's part of the Omer group.
Where is it?
Another Belgian. Where is it? Do you have one?
Where is
they do a creek which is loaded full of tart cherry. Like if you could just imagine, just from what I'm talking about, spend more time in barrels, and then throw some fruit in. This is just a base.
awesome, dude.
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Here.
Hey, that's impressive, dude.
I'm glad you
Very
guys like it, man.
impressive.
Yeah, that is good.
All right,
I
where
like
are we
it.
going next, man? We've gone Nicaragua.
All right.
He has straightened us up on sours.
Well, I was good on sours.
I hate sours.
Yeah, you hate sours.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh,
listen,
oh,
we're gonna pull into the clock, but before we do, I got one thing I want to promote.
I promised you we need to
Yeah,
get some
well, to
airtime on
backtrack
this.
a little bit, I know Lori came on and talked about Oktoberfest. Well, a large part of Oktoberfest at the Poorhouse was part of my portfolio.
Okay.
It's something we're not going to get into tonight. We'll do it next time. I mean, I got more things later. We'll do this again. Drink more beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you plug stuff, but we just kind of like to talk. About
Yeah.
it.
Shit,
We're
yeah.
terrible. We're terrible.
Well, no, look, I mean,
we're terrible at
if we can sell a few more tickets for a great event in Chillicothe,
Please talk about it. Please talk about it because I'm very interested in this event.
Yeah, Oktoberfest was fantastic for what it was this year. You
Chris
know,
Trent, Big
next year.
Chug won the chugging contest.
Did he?
Oh, you know that guy.
Oh,
He's
do we?
one-
know-
We're part of that crew.
we started the
the
chug.
Southern
Were
Ohio.
you guys supposed to?
the
Were
Southern
you guys
Ohio-
part of the ones that were supposed to be there and didn't
Southern
show?
Ohio Stallions? No, they
that
knew
would
we
have been the
wouldn't come.
Stallions.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, all right.
No, we put together. We started chugging
Stallions.
beers. Well, did they start that?
Yeah, the Stallions started it, but like we were imitators and then joined.
Yes.
We imitated. I mean, those guys were,
Yeah.
dude. They're way more savage than us.
Oh, yeah.
That kid killed it. I think his last chug, which was a full liter,
Oh, dude, he's
was just over 10 seconds.
dude. He's got 2 Gagorators in his garage and he practices every day. He's awesome. He's
What
a
he
good
chugged
guy.
18 beers one night.
Oh yeah, it's been
I
great.
mean, it's
hey, man,
his speed
Les-
was
Les-
impressive.
I mean, dude, these guys, like there's guys, like this started at the very beginning.
yeah.
of COVID,
April 1st. This was full.
But like
go.
these guys are still going hard. There's still guys chugging 8, 10 beers a day. And
can't
it's
do
like,
it.
well, shit, man, I've gone back to work. I'm sorry, boys. Like, I love yous, but
yeah, but
I love yous. Hey, much support,
yeah,
but I can't do that now.
yeah.
Like, I just can't do it. Like, I can't even chug 1 beer a day.
No.
Like, yeah.
So had a
Anyway,
great.
sorry,
had,
Nate.
no, man. Had a great time at Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Next up on our docket is something that I've had a chance to do before. I got to do it on the distributor side. Well, we're gonna do a 4-course beer dinner, Belgian beer dinner, paired with 4 courses, four full pours, at the Poorhouse. They're all my brands, so I represent a couple more Belgian beers.
Ooh, I'd
but,
love to get into that.
dude,
What's a man got to do to get a ticket for
dude,
he and his wife?
it's super easy.
Could you break it
I
down?
can break it down.
What if Pudge and I want to
Dude.
bring Mindy and Melissa?
bring
No,
the
over to
kids?
this?
listen. You said you can bring the kids.
Can we bring the kids? Because like my wife probably wouldn't drink. So I mean,
Can we let them run around that place?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think it'll take it away from the experience.
Hey,
Yeah.
do they have a Nerf hoop?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you guys have a dartboard or anything?
Right.
Pool
Just
table?
put them in the Majestic Courtyard. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Get a blow up for the evening.
So what you're saying? Get childcare and get your ass.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Look, I don't think that you're gonna have the opportunity to walk into an evening that is a Belgian beer dinner with some authentic Belgian
Awesome,
plates and Belgian beer, and have me stand up and do some teaching and educating, and just have a great 90 minutes plus. We're not gonna rush it. Every course is gonna be paired with a full beer pour. $60.
For a person?
It's all your food, it's all your beer, and it's your gratuity. All in. You're gonna get 4 full beer pours. We're gonna start you with a.
How long will this last?
It'll probably be a solid
4 hours?
90 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm figuring.
Can we do now? I know you're doing that at the poorhouse. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to step on it. What if we did it here? What if we did one here?
No, let's do it here.
Now I've got the room to offer
No,
childcare.
let's do it here. He
Yeah,
said.
I've got the room to offer childcare.
No, let me ask you something.
All right, let's.
Nate.
I mean, we just look. This is fun, right?
Yeah.
We could just. I could tell you all about North Coast, and we could just do a
Nate,
North Coast.
hey, Nate,
build.
Nate,
Yeah.
Nate, let me ask you something though. All right, so now we're friends. All right, so we're friends
Now,
of the program.
just
We're
now.
friends of the program. Yeah. We're friends of the program. So we come over to that. Then what's the after party? Is Lori going to be there?
I mean, I haven't thought that far ahead.
When is it?
Fuck it. Are we having after parties right now? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Are
Yes.
things back to normal now?
Well, we're at, I guess at your
they
house
time
or
lifted.
we're your Lori's house or
Okay.
like a
When
loft
is this
somewhere.
thing? What's the date?
Yeah, when is it? We're coming.
October 22nd. It's a Thursday night.
Oh,
right.
okay.
We're there.
6:30 sharp. It will take 90 minutes easy.
Can we shoot outside the front door for like a quick 15 minutes? Can the Chubby Bartenders go live?
Why not? Why,
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
We're in. We're in.
I'm solid relationship
Will
with
you-
the
will-
owner.
will-
I mean, I just hit him
okay.
up and be
Will-
like,
will-
look, it's just going to be a nice little plug for you.
Yeah, will you give us 20 seconds? Like I know
Me
you'll
personally?
be nervous.
Trying to
Oh, no,
negotiate
sure,
the
man.
deal.
We'll be like, hey man, this is going to be the guy that's putting on the show tonight.
Oh, for
We're
sure.
going to go in and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You guys already know him because you've met him on our show.
That's right. I got to flip the switch anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be.
Nate is going to go in there. He's going to go fire it up. Can we get you a pregame, postgame live?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
It'll
we're there.
be.
We'll buy a table.
We're there.
We're in.
Put it in the calendar.
It'll
Tyler,
be
Put it in
Tyler,
the calendar.
put that in that's a Thursday night?
The
Thursday
three of-
night.
Well, I'll
the
tell you
three
what
of
we
us
could
and our
do.
wives, we're buying a table.
What we could do, and we'll work this out later.
Okay.
After, if it's 90 minutes, what time does it start?
6:30.
What's it, Thursday at 8 o'clock? Then we'll just do a show.
That'll work.
Yeah, we can
We'll
just do
sit
that.
down there in the
Yeah.
park and do it.
And just do a show, yeah.
Yeah. All
You
right.
can just bring
Yeah.
the mic stick.
We only shoot twice a week, and we usually do them Thursdays and Sundays at 8
That's
o'clock.
it. That's great, right?
Yeah. So
It'll be a really good time. I haven't had a chance yet.
Would you care if we shared that on our site?
No,
The,
please do. They just went live with tickets today. There's only 30 heads. That's all they're selling.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's it. We're going to keep it tight and intimate and into the back of the house.
Can you talk a little bit about the food?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. The Belgian food is crazy weird. It's almost like they have.
European food. I gotta be honest with you. Other than, like outside of like I've never been to France. Okay, but like I've been to like Ireland and your food not notable.
I think the Americans do food really well.
Really well.
I've been to a handful of places too, and I think Americans do food.
I mean, it's like,
Really?
hey man,
Best.
it's enjoyable, but it's like.
I know it's like they missed the fat kid like friendly
Yeah,
portion
it's
of it.
hey,
Like where's
I-
the fat kid
hey,
stuff?
Do you know why they have
More
no,
gravy.
Hey, there
Can I have
is
salt?
No question why they have no obesity in those countries. Their
'Cause they're-
food sucks. Yeah.
So the
Hey, how do you kill obesity in the company? Serve shitty food.
right.
you know what? There's a lot of truth to what was said in the last 30 seconds. You know?
I'll tell you what though, if you never had a horse, you're missing out.
Oh, here we go.
Eat the horse?
Oh,
Oh, man, you're talking to a cowboy.
the Belgians
Oh,
do it.
man.
The Belgians do it, and I'm
Oh.
telling you, it's delicious.
Man, I showed horses for a few years. I don't know if I could eat.
What we got here?
Sweetie.
What we got here,
It's
buddy?
just another thing with
Damn.
hair.
All right, Nate. Talk about it specifically. What is it?
Dogs and horses can't eat.
Oh, do you want? You want to hit the menu? For
Dogs
a second?
actually eat horses, like when
Right.
they go
Yeah,
to
they
the
do.
glue
Yeah, yeah.
factory.
Yeah.
The rest of it, like
Yeah.
horse meat.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just a steak. It's
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's bad. That's a new level,
well,
man.
so horse is not legal in the U.S.
Yeah.
So we can't do horse on the
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah. Please
if
no.
we
Please no.
could,
I'll wear my boots.
Oh my god, Pudge! I can't believe you're going there.
it'll be a good time.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We'll take you down a Belgian road with some mussels and some meatballs and some Belgian sweets. And
Okay.
awesome.
All right, well, I can only eat
That's
the
awesome.
meat because I'm still kicking Massey's ass at that point.
Well, when do the tickets go on?
so
they're there now.
They went on live today. The website is pouronchillicothe.com. Pouronchillicothe.com.
All right, cool.
You just go to events. It'll take you to a link. It'll show you the full menu. You can pop on.
and you're the host.
I'm the host, man.
That's awesome.
I'm excited to be able to experience something like that. And the great part is I don't have to talk a lot. It's about the experience. It's about food and beer. Okay. I'm going to play a little interlude between courses, but I'm going to sit and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. We do all the back work and put everything together. And then
so you're like introduce the course.
I'm going to
And
introduce the
you'll
course.
sit down and eat it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to sit down and eat. I'm going to do the whole thing.
So it's not like you're going to be talking a lot. You're just going to be
I'm
like,
going to talk.
hey,
I'm going
man,
to talk
here-
between. I'm going to give a little brewery background. I'm going to tell some stories. I'm going to tell the story of Quack that we're going to get into next, because it's one of the beers featured. It's the only one I even brought into the fold tonight because I don't want to ruin the rest of it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we're going. Wait,
We're all gonna pour one of these.
2 squirrels.
Squirrels.
I told you.
Throw a squirrel.
I'm
down.
on my way, ain't I?
I have to pee. What'd you bet?
No,
I think
nothing.
What's the inside bet? I gotta know.
4.
No, don't
com-
bet because
you're
I'm not
coming
going
up.
to play to either side.
You're coming up lean.
Well,
it's going to be 3.
what I'm seeing about this is this is one of those shows that's not going to be a short one.
Yeah, yeah, we're 2 hours deep right now.
Well, I feel like we just started.
Yeah.
Wait till we get to the
You
Underberg.
get to breaking out weird beers in front of Chad.
Just wait. I got weird shit. There's more weird
listen,
shit.
you have found a friend. Because Reynolds loves some beer.
I've seen the weirdest of the weird yet. When we get to the end, you're going to be like, what?
Ah.
We get back to that heartburn
Yeah.
and that bloated situation.
Well, I have, since I got on the probiotic and since I started doing the fasting and the dieting, gone.
Yeah,
Haven't taken a Nexium in over a month.
sure.
It's great, man.
I dumped all that when I started fixing it with Underberg.
Fixing what?
fixing it with Underberg.
What's Underberg?
We'll get there.
Okay.
I brought him.
All right.
We'll get into it, but
Yeah, so Chad is he is big into beer and drinks. Like that's his thing.
yeah.
And that's kind of all we're trying to do with this whole Chubby Bartenders thing.
Do shit.
Is just
I mean, this is just a good time, right?
Yeah, we're just a good time. We're trying to talk to guys our age and just say, hey, not everybody can get out of the house anymore. With kids. You have kids, Nate? No kids.
Nope.
And Chad and I we're very similar in the fact that our boys or our kids are about the same age, and we're just trying to let them experience and say, hey, kind of bar room talk without being in a bar room. For us, because even Chad and myself, we don't get a chance to go out that often. So this is a way for us to sit in on a house or sit in the house and throw the earbuds in and go out.
It's a good time.
Great time,
That's
man.
why I said, man, this isn't something I normally would say. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to try to get myself on a podcast.
Sure, yeah, me neither.
But I saw you guys and I was like, this is great.
Yeah, we're just having a good time,
Like I
man.
just need to go sit and drink beer with these guys.
Yeah.
and talk some shit and have a good time. Like
That's it.
It'll be great.
It'll be great. That's all we're trying to do. It's just, and Reynolds is the best at shooting the shit and having a good time and drinking beer.
Oh, he's out there talking to Carrie now.
Is he?
Hey, as long as we stay away from the mead burgers and the
Oh yeah. Now he went
That
down
was
a
a-
rabbit
that was a
hole.
hole.
That was a hole, wasn't it? I mean, you took it.
I was
You
letting him go.
I mean, I guess I probably opened that door, but I didn't mean to. Nothing. How you doing? Did you get a good pee?
What the hell are you guys? You better not be talking about me.
I see where he was going. He was talking about how sometimes things
All
can
I
be
do
so
is
rancid
leave,
that
and
they
it's
turn
awful.
to a good place.
Yeah.
There are some things out there in the world that are those
That
things.
works, but
Okay, where are we working towards?
we're
now?
going with the quack.
Oh, the quack.
Quack's fine.
Is it
Actually,
called Quack?
dude, the Brewery Bastilles. So
There's a quack.
they don't care. It's
Okay.
it,
They don't care.
they don't care. we go with Quack.
Well, shit, he opened 3 of them.
Well, we're all going to have a full pour on this one.
Oh.
We're not messing with this little glass.
This
here,
is an 8
Is this going in here?
Yeah, it is. We're
Oh,
all
yes.
gonna we're all gonna pour.
Oh, this is the official.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to call it a quack.
Yeah, Quack.
No, explain, Nate. Give us some background.
I'm going to, man.
Okay.
Let's pour this beer and then I'll tell you the
Then
story.
okay, cool.
All right,
Sounds
so
good.
let's do it. We'll all do this one together.
This glass is fun.
The Belgian labels, especially with Bastilles, do not stick, so be careful because the Belgians don't throw their beer in coolers and shit.
No, they don't. They're like it's odd for like it's not ready for that. They just drink at room temperature, right?
Oh, wow.
Well,
Look at that.
I'm
That
not
just.
gonna say that, but
I'm gonna keep that.
all right. I'm gonna give you a quick pull your glass. You pull your glass for the
pull it
pour.
and pour. Okay.
All right, here we go. Listen. Get your index finger and your thumb just above the bulb.
Okay.
All right. 45-degree angle. And we're gonna shoot for this little bowl
For the label?
for the bowl. Yep.
Okay.
And listen, before you go, slow.
Okay.
Not like creep. Like you don't have to creep in.
Slow pour.
If you're gonna pour an IPA, let's.
Are we looking for no head?
No. I'm gonna walk through the whole thing. We'll see how we all do. Instructions.
Okay.
Into the bowl.
Okay.
Just a nice delicate pour.
Nice, delicate.
When it hits your fingers, pull it to 90 and finish.
Ooh, interesting.
Great technique.
We're gonna put a head on it then.
Oh, it should work perfect.
Okay.
Let's do this.
This is interesting. All right. I don't know that I set myself up for the best visual here.
Cascading.
Look at Nate. Like he's laughing.
Oh no,
at
go
it.
go
He's
go
so
a little
good.
harder.
Was I too slow?
Yeah. Just a little delicate. All right. Not bad.
Man, the head's not rushing that.
That's good.
Yeah, the head's not even rushing.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, baby.
Paul Quack. This beer is named after the gentleman Paul Quack. This is
Paul
Well. And this is a coachman's glass. So this is a coachman's glass and a coachman's holder.
Is this what
What's
they call
cheers?
this?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Isn't this the best?
Coachman.
Yes, this
Cheers,
is great.
Coachman.
8.4% Belgian amber.
Oh my God, Nate.
So much caramel, malt.
You know what? That's
I
delicious.
taste definitely the malt.
Yeah. Well, no, what kind of beer are we working with here?
It's a Belgian amber.
A Belgian amber.
Yep.
Okay.
8.2%.
8.4.
8.4.
Yep. Brewery Bastille's been at it since 1791.
It's a 1791.
Just seven.
So
just,
we're tasting some heritage here.
Yeah.
I mean,
this beer, this recipe.
bunch of dudes back in the Enlightenment period, just enjoying the same
look,
beer as me and Pudge.
This is
yeah.
It's a great story.
The Age of Enlightenment or Jackson now.
So here's what I love. It's Coachman's glass, right? So, Paul
That's
Quack,
kind of a wine thing, dude. Like,
right? It's got
airing
it's
it out.
it- it's
I've never
all
drank too much of
it's
it.
all a story.
Now, do you guys, Nate? Do you sell these? Like, are you like, hey, if you're going to sell Quack, you've got to put it.
Listen, man.
in this unit.
The Europeans they freak out. If you're in their home country and they walk into a bar and they see like Quack being poured in like a conical pilsner, they're like,
Yeah, okay.
we're taking away the rights. You don't get to pour the beer.
You're no longer allowed.
Like
to
they walk back, take the keg, and walk out the front
like
door.
if it is not in this,
Yeah,
they
it's
like
over.
the wooden mug handle with the beaker.
Yeah,
There's
man.
a guy
whatever.
just making these, just like he's up at the North Pole.
So,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
if Pudge is going to serve these in the stock room, he's got to have these handles.
I mean, if you're not doing it, you're doing it
I'm
wrong.
not serving
right?
these without them.
You're doing
Oh,
it.
okay. You're like,
No,
well, I mean,
no.
there'll be none of this.
You're doing it wrong if you're not.
You're doing it wrong.
right? This is where you get to teach and educate and give somebody an experience.
Yeah, it's
that-
like, well, yeah, well, you know what? That's keyword. Mm-hmm. You're giving somebody a beer experience there.
Yep.
I mean,
and when you ask for $8 or $9 for a beer, you better provide something.
You
Well,
serve
for
this.
8.4%, that's probably going to be at least an $8 beer.
Yeah.
If you're drinking out of this, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to pour an $8 or that volume of beer into something that big?
Oh man,
You can, but you got to charge for it.
when the state of Ohio lifted the ABV,
Yeah.
it was over. Like they said, we're done regulating it.
Well,
See,
but
that sounds to me
and the
like a
reason you want to
snifter
charge
beer.
for it is just so somebody doesn't sit there and hurt themselves.
Overconsume.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, your Kentucky bourbon, those beers, those are big, big alcohol content. You definitely don't want to make those $2.
This is kind of a seller. In and out of, I mean,
Dude,
that's cool. Dude.
we talk about
That is a very different.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're
Unit.
going to get Aaron, Christian,
Yeah.
and you,
Yeah.
and we're going to go shoot a commercial down there. I'm in.
Cool.
Cavalier Brewing.
Yeah,
Cavalier
man.
Distributing.
That's right.
Hey, you're going to say, come get a wooden handle.
Yeah. Come get your hands full.
Yeah. Come get a handful of this wood.
I mean, I think you just put this in a bar. In general, when somebody sees this, they're just going to go, "What the hell is that?
Yeah, oh,
What do I have to do to
Okay,
get one?"
so what's a 6-pack of this or a case of this? Run.
On the
Oh,
shelf-
now we're going price.
on the
now
shelf-
we're going
like,
price.
on the shelf to consumer.
No, to me.
I can't, we
You
don't.
don't wanna
we
talk
don't-
about
yeah,
that.
you don't- we
to
don't
tell
want to
that.
talk
Okay,
about
well, okay. So what's that in Kroger's?
that. $14.99 for a 4-pack, probably.
is that
four-pack.
in Kroger's?
No. We've got to find our niches and our spots, and Southern Ohio gets a little tougher.
Yeah. Like, okay, if I wanted to buy a 6-pack of that, Nate, which I think maybe I do, like, where would I go to do that? I mean, I'm not probably getting that in Jackson right now.
You're not. You're probably not going to find it.
South of Columbus, probably.
Yeah, you're probably going to be Columbus.
Chillicothe?
Nope.
No,
Too deep.
we could get a little lucky here and there, but I can only ask hooches for so many things, so many times.
Right.
When we do the Belgian beer dinner, I might
That's
ask him.
different.
I might ask him to pull a couple SKUs in and explain what I'm doing and say, look, I want to be able to funnel some people because people ask, right?
Yeah.
So someone has a great experience.
What
they're
if we brought our own, what is this called?
Coachman's glass?
Coachman's glass.
Coachman's glass. You want me to tell you? I'll tell you the story.
Okay, let's hear it.
So during the French occupation, they took to the Belgians and they said specifically with the coach drivers, they said you guys can't be walking into pubs in the middle of the day. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
You can't do that. Like, you guys got to stop this shit. They've been doing it forever. Everything was fine. So Paul L. Kwok was a business owner and a pub owner. And he saw that was going to make a massive impact on his business specifically. Yeah, because there certainly were some houses that were there to serve the blue collar and the hard working guy.
Come in and get drunk.
Yeah, and so now all of a sudden, under new Napoleon code, they're saying these guys can't come in and drink anymore.
Yeah.
You're killing my business.
Napoleon code. That's great. Yeah.
Napoleon code.
Yeah.
Napoleon code.
Yeah. So Paul L. Kwok, being a smart guy like he went to a local glass blower and said, I have an idea. They can't come to us. We take the beer to them. He blew the Coachman's glass. What you see and what you mimic is this holder was simply built into the side of the coach, and this is the Coachman's glass.
Okay.
And
he would pull
he
it
would
out
he
to
would have
drink?
pulled it out to drink it, and it probably would have been a yard. It would have been a bigger one.
Oh, I've seen those in Cincinnati. Now, are we doing it wrong, Nate? By
You're
using
not.
this as
You're
a handle?
really not, because honestly, it's tough in and out to navigate. I've always liked the handle, and even for stability purposes, I find myself just pulling my fingers to the front. That's just how
See,
I
I
do
don't
it.
know. Like, I think it's kind of cool. Like, is this just?
Yeah, I
a
think it's kinda
holder?
cool
Is this
just
just
to-
a holder.
Look, it's fun. You can do it. You can do it
And-
however
It's
you
fun.
want.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it gets better than this.
Yeah, like if that's a holder, you just keep that on the table.
It gets
or
look. It
whatever.
gets better than this. We have these that come in twos. So, like this would be mirrored, and you and I would be hanging out together, and
Yeah.
it would just be one stand.
One stand,
And
two.
you-
And then we
two
gotta
pe-
pull away.
And then they have quads. They do 4-bys.
nice.
So you bring it to a whole
I like
table.
that. I like
You just
that.
repark your
See,
clock.
I think you focus on it as a holder and not a mug handle.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I kind of like this shape too, man.
It's-
I mean, that's sweet.
It's good all
I'm sure in
it's
the
good
world.
all
Of,
around.
I'm sure in the world of glass, I don't know how complicated that would have been. That seems like very old.
Dude, here's the thing. This is my favorite part. Here's what's crazy. Like, you can give that.
yeah.
You can give it a pretty good nudge and imagine like a coach.
Nothing happens. Yeah. Yeah. Oh
You're
yeah.
not-
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
horses
It
galloping.
wasn't
Horses
just
are galloping.
it wasn't just for fun.
Yeah. This had a
That
purpose.
glass blower said,
That's great engineering.
I need to make that shit work. Right.
Well,
I
that's
tell
what's
you
funny.
what.
What you said. Like this isn't like there is a reason.
There's a myth or a method to the madness.
Yeah, like that was writing on a coach.
Yeah.
So like we shouldn't be picking it up by the handle, Nate. We're
Hey,
doing
man,
it wrong. I mean, let's be honest.
Here's the thing.
You pull it out of there, you drink it, you put it back. in the hole.
Nobody likes to be told what to do. Don't call it quack. Like you can't call it quack. Like no
Quack.
Look,
Yeah.
no one has a good time when they walk up to the
My God, I
bar
could
and order their beer and
Hey.
they say, "I want one of them quacks," and the bartender says, "Sir, it's quack."
Now, I don't know if I were you. I don't know if I would lead in with eating horse into the coachman's story.
You should try it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you should try it.
But-
Sometimes
You
it
should try
works.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, if you would take this to like quarter horse Congress and
Yeah.
explain this,
Sure.
Which
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
sitting with a man that could get you into that.
yeah, I could probably get you into that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that could be a hot one because Cowboys drink beer
Yeah.
and they drink a shit ton of it.
And that's something you're not going to get a flavor profile on very often.
You know one of the number one cowboy beers out there?
Nope.
Shiner Bock.
Okay, yeah. Texas. So
Texas beer.
You want
Well,
to hear some good story?
Yeah, you tell me when I'll tell you.
All
when.
right, Shinerbach.
Let's trade
Yeah.
off.
Shinerbach. The gentleman that owns Artisanal Imports out of Austin, Texas. His name's
Okay.
Bob Leggett.
Okay.
He was the only distributor for Shiner back in the day.
Okay.
He also he's also pretty much responsible for the Corona glass being clear in the U.S. and basically for the entire success of that beer. So when he was distributing for Corona in Texas early on, he just said this brown bottle, like it's not relating, like it's not working. He goes, but just over the border, you're doing clear small glasses. He said, I think that's what you need to do in the U.S. And boom, once they move to clear glass, it's over.
Yeah.
So that's my Shiner Bob Leggett story. Bob Leggett's a legend, man. The guy that owns Artisanal Imports.
My Shiner story is I had a trip.
It's gonna be a story about getting like drunk.
No. So
Oh,
so I go to Texas.
Nope. Yeah.
I had to go to Texas for a business trip here a few years ago, and I was hell bent. At this time, I was asshole deep in Cowboys world. I mean, I was
Asshole deep.
well, that's probably a rough terminology, Rick. But
My
I mean,
God.
I was wearing the Wranglers and the cinches, cinch shirts.
You
and the
only listen to Willie
Cody Johnson
and George Strait.
Yes,
only
I mean,
the old school stuff.
I would
I
agree.
was
the Fireman was your favorite song.
I was horse crazy.
I would agree. Asshole deep.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And
it.
so I get off the plane. I wasn't going to. I flew out there a day early with the only intent was I wanted to ride a horse on a Texas ranch. That's it. So
Didn't give a damn where.
didn't give a damn how the business trip went. I was going to Texas to do one thing, and that was ride on a Texas ranch.
What city?
Actually, I was just outside of Houston.
Okay.
Okay. Don't know exactly the perfect city name, but I was right outside of Houston. I want to say Texas City.
Okay.
Yeah, towards Galveston. Yeah, Texas City. I think it was called Texas City.
Galveston's pretty much coast. Yeah.
Might have been
Galveston's
in
an island.
Might have been in
Galveston's, I've been-
Mexico.
Yeah, I've been there. Have you been to Galveston?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah.
My home office is there.
Really?
Yep. So I get off the plane.
Leisurely
I get-
company.
I get-
Side story. I've been on a motorcycle through Galveston.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And then took
This
the
dude like takes off on a motorcycle, drives.
Oh, we got to
across.
get into
well,
that. We
yeah.
got to get into
Yeah,
that
'cause he does
Yeah. I got Chad into Jeeps.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
but-
Cowboys.
so anyway, I get off the plane a day early for the business trip. Sole intent on the Tuesday that I arrived, ride a Texas ranch, get on the old Google, look it up, find me a Texas ranch.
How do you Google search true? Like, did you have to put like true
Well, I had-
Texas ranch.
I had
Texas
I had
ranch.
some connections,
Okay.
and through the horse world because I
Right
was
on.
showing horses pretty heavy at the time,
Okay.
and I had some connections, and they told me where to go, so I went, I got on the Google, found them up. They knew I was coming. Boom, straight from the airport. Okay, I get done with the riding on the ranch, and I said, okay, well, by God, I've just rode a Texas ranch. I'm going to go have me a good cold beer. So, I go to this local bar. Never been in Texas before in my life. I'm by myself. Walk into this bar, and they said, what do you have? At this time, craft beer is not even in my radar. Okay, this is 2013.
Get my Shiner
Yeah,
Bock.
and I said, I'll give you a Bud Light, or I said, give me a Bud Light, and they said, get the hell out. And I was like, "What do you mean get out?" And
I just said, "Give me a Lone Star."
I was right on this. Like, I mean, this bar was rough. I mean, I'm on this Texas highway. It's
Nice.
rough. Walk in. I said, "Hell, I don't know." I said, "You got Bud Light, Mick Ultra?" They said, "Get the hell out of here." And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Easy." I was like, "I just give me a beer." So they threw me a Shiner Bock, and they said,
"Good beer."
They said, "Welcome to Texas." And they threw me the Shiner Bock. So,
Nice.
so from now on, every time I drink a Shiner Bock, I think of my Texas ranch riding trip.
Yeah.
And my trip to Texas.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
Hey, no, a Lone Star isn't bad. Either.
I've never
You
had a
ever
Lone
tried
Star.
one? Oh
No,
boy.
never had a Lone Star.
I mean, it's
a
not
lager,
the best.
right?
It's not the worst. It's there.
It's a lager, yeah.
Lager Pilsner. I think it's a lager.
I think it's a lager.
Yeah.
Those words.
Galveston's a cool city, man. Houston's a cool
Hey,
city.
it's
Ooh,
on the
let me
sea.
tell you- let me
like
tell you.
people forget that Galveston.
Is on the sea.
Yeah. Like
Houston-
you're thinking Texas.
You don't
but
like Houston?
Houston was the worst traffic I've ever been in.
Oh,
And maybe
it's
because
awful.
I was on a motorcycle.
Atlanta was mine.
But I saw
maybe
I
that's
saw
what-
like dead
Yeah.
people like twice. I
But
swear.
like Nate, honestly,
go to Whataburger?
I did.
Yeah, Whataburger, dude. Oh man,
Oh, so
Whataburger.
good.
motorcycles negotiate traffic better.
Have you ever
than
been to a
cars.
Whataburger?
They do,
Chad?
but
To what?
A Whataburger?
Hell yes.
Oh,
dude.
dude.
the problem
Whataburgers
is
are
on
delicious.
a 4-lane highway when you get in a fender bender at 85 in a car, you go, oh shit.
You get the
When
fender
you
bender
do
at
it on a
85
You
on a
die.
motorcycle,
Yeah,
you're
you
dead.
die. You die. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, shit. Out into Wyoming, man. I got in some
Ooh, never
some,
been there.
some
That's
open
good.
some open
Well,
highway.
you know, when I was riding across the states, he
Well,
sounds
when-
like Willie Nelson.
when-
Hey, when I was in Wyoming, dude, it was a beautiful sky, but it was kind of dangerous.
You ever write? you should write songs.
It was a beautiful.
The best
sky.
place
it
I ever
was a
was
little bit
Alaska.
dangerous. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alaska. I flew into Fairbanks and drove down to the coast. Fairbanks.
Have you been to Alaska?
Oh.
Only cruised. I
You
just
cruised it?
I cruised it.
Where'd
yeah.
you cruise to?
Where did I cruise to?
Anchorage, Seward.
Well, we did the out of Seattle.
Up.
This is my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary, so it's been quite a while. But what did we see? Saskatchewan.
So, no. Yeah, you probably did. And Kenai. What is that? Oh shit.
We saw.
Pull it together, guys.
We
For Christ's
did
sake.
one stop in Canada.
Yeah. Which it would have. Western Canada would have to be one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
It-
I've never been there, but based on what's on the west side of it,
Yep.
and what's on the east side of it, in
Yep.
the middle there, it would have to just be the nucleus of
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Nate, talk a little bit. Like, I know this might be off topic. You might, maybe this isn't what you want to talk about tonight. But and if you don't, tell me.
Talk about everything.
Tell me, fuck off. But you took some motorcycle trips that were amazing, right? Like you have driven basically across the United States on a motorcycle.
What kind of
man.
motorcycle do you have?
I wish I could give you. I wish the story was better.
Please
the
tell me
stories
how-
were better than
am
that.
Am I
You have a V-Strom?
romanticizing it a
Well,
little bit?
I took one, but I did 5,400 miles like in 18 days.
Ooh, shit, that's some riding.
Dude,
Shit.
I mean, I was averaging 8 hours a day.
What
So
were you
I've got
riding? What were you riding?
I've got a Harley Davidson Super Glide T Sport.
Okay.
It's a pretty limited bike. They didn't make a bunch of them. A lot of people will tell you that maybe that's the second
You
best.
must have an iron ass.
This is what's funny, right?
Because
Dude, I'm going to tell you, people have seen me on that
that's
bike.
not a
and-
cruiser.
oh, it is. That's
No,
not comfortable.
That's a
Not
hot
comfortable?
rod. I
Well,
mean,
It's a
but
spaceship.
it's the thing is meant to take corners, so it
Yep.
rides well.
Yep.
It does have a fairing on it and a windshield.
oh, you do have fairing
Yep.
on? Okay.
Fairing and windshield. No radio for my trip.
Earbuds.
Nope. Just nothing.
Silence.
Oh,
wind.
you and your brain. It's a beautiful thing.
Just wind.
Or not.
I mean, it depends on how deep
Depends
you
on
want
where
to
you
go.
are.
Shit, I bet you got deep. 8
Dude,
hours?
I'm gonna tell you, man. There's more. Like
It's where you are at that time of your life.
I took
Yeah.
I took a 10-day meditation course in Illinois where it was no talking, no communication, no stimulants, no anything for 10
did
days.
that?
Oh,
How did it feel?
amazing.
Did it work?
Dude, how many people do you know that haven't talked to someone for 10 days?
I know, dude. I mean, I gotta feel like that.
It's
So you didn't make a phone call home?
oh hell no. You pass your shit over. It's over. You're
not
all in.
allowed to open your mouth.
Oh man, that'd be tough. Oh.
Anyway, that's a whole.
Are you saying that? I mean, is that
So
like
you got
a
deep.
cleansing?
You got
like,
deep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a candy cigarette.
Candies.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You want to talk? You want to talk about getting back to yourself and cutting off every other thing that in the world that comes at you all the time.
Right.
Isn't it crazy how in your 20s that thought never happened? 30s, you heard about it, you never did it.
Yeah.
Then you get into your late 30s and you start wondering about life and
Yeah, you're like,
start
examining this
shit.
dude.
You've probably seen every Joe Rogan episode at this point, or listened
Oh
to it,
yeah,
right?
we all have.
So you know, when he starts going down the roads and talking about ayahuasca, like
DMT.
that's where I start like salivating.
Did you get into the DMT
listen.
stuff?
No, because listen, if you listen to him, he'll talk about it. You know, if you are practiced in meditation and have gone through the kind of commitment that like a 10-day course will teach you, you are primed to go do something like that.
Here we go. Okay. Now listen. Are you telling me that you are not afraid of ayahuasca?
Oh, I'm not afraid of ayahuasca at all.
Would you do that?
Oh, for sure.
No shit. Are you gonna do that?
Like the drug?
No. Like that's
ayahuasca is a little different because it's
a whole ceremony. Like somebody has to watch you,
like a shaman.
Like it's
yeah.
I mean, so ayahuasca is a drug.
But like it's
I guess it depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, like I don't know if I would call it a drug. Like
marijuana is a drug, but it grows in on
same
a plant.
thing.
Yeah, they just it's essentially a root.
Yeah.
This
is more of a trippy.
It's
speak to it, Nate.
I can't take acid to a different level. But if you've ever got into psychedelics at all,
violently throwing up,
they say that's all part of the
projectile
purging,
shitting.
all part of the purging.
Like
process.
I don't find that to be a cleansing, beautiful experience. It sounds violent to me. And I think only savages are able to take it.
Well,
you know.
All right, listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Like now, listen. You might be a savage, and Pudge, I know you're a savage.
I probably am a savage.
Like you guys will probably walk down into the woods together for this crazy bullshit. But like, I can tell you right now, this gentleman that you're both looking at, I will never try that shit. Like it sounds extraordinarily dangerous to me.
Dangerous.
And you know that I'm danger averse. I mean,
I also know that you fell in love with jeeping.
Yes, I did.
And
you'll never talk me into
No, I'm not trying to.
ayahuasca deal.
Now I haven't researched this ayahuasca.
Now
I've heard of it.
Now I'll tell you something. I would be your sponsor. I'll come with you. If you walk into the woods to get this shit, I'll sit there with you.
Now I have a good friend. I'm not going to mention his name, but I have a good friend that is doing the microdosing of mushrooms right now.
Yeah. I mean,
have you heard of that, Nate?
I have not, but here's what I'll go back to.
Okay, let's hear it.
If you've never taken the road down psychedelics,
that ayahuasca,
then you've never opened the door to an invitation to really figure out what your brain is capable of.
You're right. You're
So
right, and that's
all I care. That's all I care about, right?
Right,
so
dude.
this is what meditation will teach you. This is what psychedelics will teach you. So
and listen, I apologize because that last 5 minutes, all I did was hammer down people's brains to be smaller. And I apologize for that. Hey, my fear should not govern the narrative. I mean, just because I'm a chicken shit, hey, you know what? Go get it. I'm with you, and I support it. I'm just a chicken.
What about kratom?
Kratom.
What the hell's that?
Have you seen that yet?
You guys are scaring
What's
the shit
kratom?
out of me.
Kratom's another one of those.
3 squirrels.
There's 3. I told you. I told you, boys.
We're going to talk about it. What's the other one? DMT? Is that what it is? That's
you guys talk about that.
If there's one,
do you like Sturgill Simpson?
I don't know who that is.
Are you shitting me? Okay.
Oh,
Got to
God.
scroll P on that.
Let's go to a music. We got to talk about music.
Yeah, we got to talk about music.
Because he does like.
Yeah. Are we done with the drinks? Are we going to cover any more drinks?
Yeah. What do we need to do with you, Nate?
I don't know.
But okay, so and I haven't done any of those. You know, I haven't done any of them.
Any of them mushrooms?
Nope.
Never done a mushroom.
No.
Not even a little mushroom.
Well, you know,
I think somebody could have.
You know,
Somebody could have squeaked one in on me one time.
But I do have a buddy that is doing the microdosing, and he said that it opened up a level of creativity that. And he did not take anything, and I mean, you know, just so everybody knows, you know, I'm not advocating for drugs, but I'm not so sure those are drugs.
We could have a lot.
We could have a lot of conversations about that.
The U.S. government has hardcore looked into it, and they are close to coming back full circle to psychedelics to be used for PSTD. And they know that there's some therapy there that can happen.
My friend has like borderline ADHD, and you know he's got some things that I don't want to say ADHD. That's a horrible description of that. But
anxiety.
Yeah. He's got some anxiety stuff. But you know he told me, he said after and it's like a 3-on. So microdosing is of the psilocybin mushrooms.
Yeah.
And this came in a paste, and so he took this paste every day for 3 days, 3 days on, 1 off, or you know, 1 or 2. Hi, Carrie.
Do you need a beer?
I need the bourbon. That'd be great. Chad said take
Oh, right there.
but it's not there.
Right there. Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So
There was no way we were getting through this show without her making at least a visual appearance.
Oh, okay. So he, you know,
she couldn't handle it.
He was like, dude, I've been, you know, trying to finish this one project for 6 years. He's like, I get on the microdosing, and lo and behold, I finished the project. And he was like, all it did was finish the job for me. And I was like, so you didn't get any head change, any, you know, any buzz, any, you know, deprivation of oxygen, you know, you didn't get any of that stuff. And he was like, not one bit. He's like, there's no buzz. I'm clear thinking. However, I finished some stuff that I'd been wanting to finish for 6 years, and it opened up. I just didn't know what to do, and I was bored. You know, I'd pretty well finished it. Or in his mind, he was done with it, but it wasn't done.
He didn't kick it in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there again, is that a drug, or is that some people might call it a drug. I call it an enhancement.
We call everything that fixes anything a drug.
Sure. Yeah.
Aspirin's a drug.
But for some,
right?
yeah, and some reason drug's a bad name. And
right.
I mean, I'm not, you know, in small town America, everybody's going to hate me for this, but I mean, honestly, I don't see anything wrong if it comes out of the ground and you don't, I think everything should be done in moderation.
Sure, absolutely.
And I'm all for finding yourself. I'm all for, you know, if it helps you, then guess what? If you're happy, I'm happy. I don't give a damn. I stick to myself. I don't try to jump in your business, and
right.
You don't try to jump in mine. But if you're cool and you're at the best place of your life, now if you're not cool, I can help you, then let me I'll talk to you. But
I think there's plenty of people that shouldn't delve into psychedelics at all.
And I haven't, and I may not be one of those, because I think that you have to be in the right spot to do that. I don't think that's something you should just do on a Saturday with your buddies because it's their bachelor party.
No, you're looking at it 2 different ways.
Yeah.
You know, but if you want to look at maybe the most interesting thing that you could explore in your time on Earth.
Yeah.
It might be your own. It might be your brain.
Well,
Mike
Tyson said that.
Yeah, he's done a lot of that shit.
So anyway, so now that Chad's back, we have.
Oh my God! Did I delay?
No. But okay, so you know how Chad went on that rabbit hole a little bit ago.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
what are we talking about now, Nate?
So
we're still on the. We're talking about probably the Mike Tyson conversations.
No. We're moving on.
We're gone.
We're gone. So there's a guy and I have went down a great rabbit hole with this, and his name is Sturgill Simpson.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, have you listened to him?
No, he's never heard of him.
I could figure it out through conversation, but it's not ringing a bell.
Let me tell you something. I will tell you this.
Sturgill Simpson.
When we're done.
I've known.
We're gonna
a little-
hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've known a little bit of Nate and Carrie for a long time, and I
How did you guys meet?
I'm going to go ahead and blow it out right now. Okay. He and myself and his wife worked together.
Okay.
And
Where at?
whatever.
Yep.
I probably shouldn't throw that name out there, but yeah.
Okay.
Like
Bleep it.
we were. And the thing is I could tell early on she was talking about her husband, whatever, And I'm kind of like, well, that dude, like,
He sounds like one of us.
Yeah, like
It's like when you meet another Oompa Loompa and you're
Like,
4'10".
yeah.
We always
I'm
go
like-
back to the midgets.
I'm like, well, I think I like that guy better than anybody else I'm surrounded with. And Carrie said that, like, she was like, well, Nate and I were talking, like, you guys both kind of like bourbon and cigars. So let's start a little deal where, like, and I think it was your idea.
We only got to do it a couple times. 'Cause
Yeah, and then I left.
Then you left.
I left, yeah. But like, hey, let's exchange a bottle of bourbon and 2 cigars a month.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought.
Back
you know.
and forth.
Yeah. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
And I was like,
So you're not out.
God,
Through Carrie. It's,
No.
yeah.
You're
It's
not
just
out.
an
Oh,
exchange.
it's even better because
It was
you.
beautiful.
It's like a Chinese auction.
It was beautiful.
So it's like
not even
it's
an
like
auction.
it's like a bourbon and cigar of the month club.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're
With
not.
your-
but
with
you're,
the-
you're
And
just a
I'll
dude.
be honest, Nate, like that was probably one of the worst things I hated to leave. When
Yeah.
because like I would get so excited, like thinking, okay, what's he going to do?
Right.
Like I knew, like, okay, this is.
Did you
what
guys
I'm-
ever do the same thing?
No.
No, for sure
Like
no.
we tried to, like, I would go like lower end on bourbon, higher end on cigars, or
vice
vice
versa,
versa.
We,
and
I think
he
we
did
had.
the same
I thought
thing.
we had some parameters.
did
in
you have a
mind.
limit?
Yeah, we did. We
We-
talked.
yeah,
a
we-
little
it was
bit.
Like
like-
Chinese Christmas.
Yeah, it was great.
Have you ever
Well, no,
draw
no.
your name,
Well,
no gifts
like,
over $25?
Well, I think here's the one thing I knew about this guy, and this is where I formed my opinion.
Okay.
Is at the end of the day, I think he was just like me. Like, it was kind of fun to do that exchange. Nobody really gave a shit what they got,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
but we would try it with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, the reality is you're probably going to throw something at me that I would be like, oh, I wouldn't. That's not something I would have picked up off the
Let's
shelf.
try
That's
it.
fucking
Right,
great.
exactly.
Let's try it.
exactly.
Now I got a bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Now
what
you
we were going
you
for.
indulged in the over COVID the drop
The drop.
like
Oh,
you guys.
that whiskey club.
Yeah.
Shit, that was fun, dude.
Yeah, I haven't got into that.
I forget the name of that club. What was it?
Now, did you notice this? Okay, speaking of that, did you notice whenever you were bartending and like in the bar on the weekends? I'm not saying you lost friends. Hell, you gained some.
Did you lose friends?
No,
Nate?
but I'm saying you lose that participation. Like you can,
Oh,
don't you?
sure.
Because
no, I get it.
because people they're not calling you on Saturday night.
That's right. 'Cause
to
they
hang
know,
out.
They know you're bartending.
Yeah,
Right.
And I told you,
Yeah.
I was playing music years ago, and I did that.
Oh,
and
he
now,
was a music
Take
guy.
it, yeah.
at bars.
No, I caught on to that.
Yeah.
Just through the couple
do
of.
you play guitar or anything,
no,
man?
I do not.
You're not a music guy.
Stories. Right? Stories.
well, going back to music full
Dear
circle,
God, every time. Like
Sturgill Simpson
Sturgill Simpson.
is heavily involved in these. I don't want to say psychedelics.
When we get offline tonight, we're going to start. We're going.
but
to work on
he's
you.
dove into them, and I don't want to say psychedelics, but enhancements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And
I don't even know what that initial
DMT
stands for. I don't know what that is.
I do. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
Do you?
I don't. But
Okay.
I know that the DMT actually, from what I.
I think it's a psychedelic.
From what? Oh, but it's the one that lasts like. It's the one that lasts like 3
Okay.
minutes.
Apparently, we
Yeah,
both
20.
know. We both know what
20.
it is.
20, but it feels.
10
but
to
it-
20.
ayahuasca.
10 to 20
But
will
it-
change your life.
Yeah.
Right.
You supposedly see
Right.
it opens up the gate on what happens when you die.
Do you see Jesus?
Maybe.
I don't even know. I don't even know what that one does.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to just gradually move up to the.
do you know what
next-
DMT is?
I'm assuming it's just a straight chemical.
Nope. It's a Mexican toad.
Holy shit!
Okay, so it's
And
That's
the
a
warts
frog.
on the toads.
Yeah.
They pop those, and
Tyler, we've
it's
lost
the
it.
pus that comes out of that toad, and then it hardens,
That's
and
disgusting.
then they smoke it.
Dude, that. How can you make tobacco off pus?
You're not making tobacco; you're making a psychedelic.
Oh.
So, like, one hit will take you to a stage.
Okay, it's okay.
2 hits will take you. So they say like 4 hits.
All you gotta do is just light it on fire.
and
Suck
4
it in.
hits,
Okay.
and you will see the afterlife. Because like
The afterlife.
everybody tells me that they're no long. They realize that that you're only here on Earth for a minute,
Yeah.
and they
I
say
agree.
in the
Here
grand
we
scheme
go.
of things,
Yeah.
this is
Hey man,
Minuscule.
we're all just spinning around, dude. Yeah.
That's what
you're
they
right.
say.
Yeah.
Now. I'm not here to tell you that they're right. I'm not here to tell you that they're wrong. I'm here to tell you that why they're here. That's what they experienced.
Yeah.
And-
there they go.
But now they also, it's another
I'm
one.
here
that-
to tell you, I don't want to talk about it.
but they also don't. They don't encourage you do it unless you're in a good spot with yourself.
With yourself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think all
You
things are
shouldn't
like that.
really be messing with any of
People
that. I don't
start-
think.
Other
losing
than you
their
shouldn't really get
minds.
farther than black coffee and sweet tea if you're not.
There
in a
you
good
go.
spot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Black.
Maybe a
Sweet tea.
cigarette.
And
Maybe a
now,
cigarette.
hey, we're introducing cigars to black coffee and sweet
Ooh, I
tea.
might try that
And
tomorrow.
I want to hear your advancement with that. I'm going to give you a cigar to smoke with your black coffee. And I
all
want
right,
to report
all right,
back.
all right.
I want to report back.
All right.
Hey, what are we missing, Nate?
Are we missing anything? We could just keep going.
Well,
I mean, hell, we'll
we're
talk all night, but I
we're
mean,
2.5 hours deep.
I mean, we thrown
Right
the
now.
longest.
I think.
cast-
I think when I come back, we'll
Yeah, well, you're coming back.
we'll pick
You're
up-
yeah,
coming
you
back.
are definitely coming back, bro.
Well, we should pick up on meditation.
Oh,
What it's done for me and where I think I can
I'd love
go.
to hear
well,
about
no,
it.
wait a minute. Are you doing meditation?
Yeah, you just got done telling you.
I wanna talk
this
about
is
now.
why we went. No, we'll talk about
And,
next
the
time.
motor-
Okay.
and
Yeah.
my motorcycle trip and where that took me
Yes,
and some
yes,
of those
yes,
some of
yes.
those stories.
We'll wrap it up for tonight. We're
Part
2.5 hours
two.
deep.
Yeah, we're deep.
Part 2.
Okay.
This is part 1. Nate Steinbrook. Hey, Nate, we've really enjoyed it.
Hey,
man.
Nate, thank you for
I've
coming.
had a great time. And we could do this.
We could do this
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a day.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself, man.
Oh, shit, yeah, I did.
And man, we've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming and sharing, man.
Yep.
It's been a good time.
We
Good
appreciate
time.
it.
Good time. So, guys, hey, check us
Hey,
out.
hey, wait a minute.
and-
Before we do
and we've
that,
got,
tell your
machinery-
thing.
we got the
What's your
machinery
thing?
pour hall.
What's your thing? Say it.
The last plug for the Belgian beer dinner at the Poorhouse at Machinery Hall in Chillicothe, Ohio.
on October
On
22nd.
October 22nd, it's a Thursday night.
We'll
It's
be there.
at 6:30.
I tell you what,
Seats-
we'll share the link on the Chubby
Yeah,
Bartenders
yeah,
page.
Yeah, perfect. Seats are limited to 30. It'll be small and intimate.
30 tickets, all that's out
Dude,
there.
that's it.
That's it.
4
So you
courses.
better hurry.
Yep.
Yeah, four food courses paired with 4 beers. It'll be a great time. If you do want to hop online, it's pouronchillicothe.com, and then you can just back into the events page.
Awesome.
You'll get to see the whole menu. You can buy tickets then, but it'll be a great time. You're not going to be able to just experience that every day, any day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, again,
Thanks, Nate.
dude, it's been great. I
Yeah.
can't wait to come back.
It's awesome. Pudge, tell them
Cool.
about what we're doing. As far as where they can find us.
Oh, yes.
Or I can. I mean, that's what you were starting.
Well,
with.
you go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. Hey,
You can find us Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Spotify,
That's going pretty
Stitcher,
well, man.
TikTok.
TikTok, which is probably going away.
Yeah.
And I don't
Trump's shutting that down.
I
right?
don't give a shit, man. You know.
No, we're in on that. You know what? We're going to help drop China in that. Like they'll look at the Chubby Bartenders and think,
You know, but we've got some.
probably not our angle.
Oh shit! We got to do one more thing.
Yeah.
We got to do Underberg.
Oh yeah.
What's that? What are we doing?
Okay, Underberg.
Scratch the cancellation.
Underberg, however you want to
is-
to
Ooh, what's
describe
this?
it. Okay, listen.
What is
sounds
that? Tea?
This
Weed?
this is this is a German digestif or a bitter.
Oh, here you go, Pudge.
So if you know anything about cocktailing, you'll
probiotic.
know that like bitters are a part of
Old-fashioned.
behind the bar, right? Yeah. So, but the Underberg's a little different. Underberg is it's a digestif. So the reason Underberg was created was to have after a good meal to feel bright and alert again, and to also aid in digestion. So
It's a probiotic.
Well, hell, we're right there. Yeah, that's what you were talking about
It's a
earlier.
probiotic.
I tell you what it is. I'm stuffed. I drank a bunch of beer. I ate a big dinner, and
Probiotic.
I want to feel right again. Science.
Alka-Seltzer.
Science.
Yeah.
The science of Underberg is this. As humans, we were foragers before we were anything. In the woods, trying to find something to eat.
What the?
So listen, our bodies know.
It's Nate.
Yeah, look at this.
Our bodies know. Our brains know that.
God.
Listen, that if we digest something bitter, there's a greater chance of it being toxic. Okay.
Okay.
So our brains
What do we do?
our brains fire into this place of like, okay, listen, I need to start the digestion process just in case this cat ate something poisonous.
Yes.
Are we going?
Very true.
Are we going to
Very
have
true. That's the
raging-
way your system works.
This is just
Your
science.
system is very smart.
This is just science.
Yeah.
Underberg's going to fire something bitter into your system, and within about 5 minutes, whatever you got rolling on in your gut, however full you are, however
Gone.
Now, are we going to have the raging shit?
You're not.
here?
That's that's always the question, right?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
am I
yeah.
going to go to the bathroom? No.
I should
It's-
probably look a little deeper. I never thought that.
No, it's not about pushing it through the
Jesus God,
The
you guys are-
anus.
through the colon. It's just about firing the system to start processing. Okay, before you do anything, listen.
So we're going to swallow this.
You're gonna tip this thing up at a 45-degree angle, and you're gonna keep your tongue out of the way
it's
and
gone.
just let it dump in.
Until it's gone.
It's a little under an ounce. There is alcohol in this. It's 44%
that,
by
yeah.
volume, so it's 88 proof.
You're about half-assed going to get a buzz off
It's
this.
you're gonna get a little buzz. It's herbal, so expect anise, expect licorice, Jaegerish.
Yep, Jaeger.
Jaeger was a digestive
it smells
before
beautiful.
it was everything or anything.
Before it was Satan.
It smells beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, listen,
Cheers,
you
boys.
got to do the whole
Cheers,
thing or it
gentlemen.
doesn't work.
The
So
end of the show.
Chad.
God damn it. Not a drop spill.
Underberg.
There we
did,
go.
yeah.
There
That's
we
why
go.
it's got the slow release.
Yeah. There we go, baby.
Magic.
Ooh. That tastes like Jaeger. Ooh.
So it hurts first,
It does.
but I'm telling you,
It does. Did you get that, Chad? Did you get that little
Kind
hurt?
of a cross between Jaeger and Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Like Liam Perrin
yeah.
and Jaeger.
So that's what one of my friends in Florida said the first time. She's like, "Well, you get them little Liam Perrins bottles,
Yeah, I love it. I love
proprietary size. So they don't want to put this in big bottles because they don't want somebody taking their
Nate.
their very old
it. Nate,
yeah."
thank you. Dude,
Yeah,
we've had a good night tonight, and
Nothing like-
I think we could have gone another 3 hours.
Oh, I
and you know
guarantee
what?
it.
We will.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about psychedelics and road
Yeah.
trips and shit.
Hell,
next.
we'll go. We'll
I'm
go.
in.
Hey, apparently you're willing to just discuss crazy shit. Yeah.
Dude, I'm a wild card. If anything, that's what I am.
Well,
I'm a
mean,
bit of a
hey,
curveball.
that makes.
I've always been by the
positive
book.
for these. Oh, whatever. I mean, hey, this is Joker's Wild.
Yeah, Joker's Wild episodes with
Yeah,
Nate Steinbrook.
There we go, dude. Hey.
What you didn't know is I was going to show up tonight and be like, so I did this 10-day meditation.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you
Let me
did.
tell you about what I saw.
We're going to talk about that
There's
the
some,
next
there's
time.
some crazy
Next
stories
time,
from that. Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Take
for
care,
sure.
dude.
All right,
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Underberg for the
Thanks,
win.
guys. Cheers.
I can already